So I just created four. Says they're too big to.
This is a Beyond the Harmony exclusive.
They fucking with, nigga. Who they think they fucking with? They fucking with. Came through the door. I said it before. Don't make me clap the floor. Everybody hit the floor. Got him praying to the Lord. Now he laying in the morgue. Ever since I was born, I was bred for the war. They say a woman's scorn is a woman torn, but I say she's just a whore. But who's keeping score? I be the god, the alpha and the omega. I'm out to get this paper. These new jack plastic rat cats are so PlayStation. I just skipped arraignment, ain't no containment for a beast such as this. I'm on some ballistic shit. You wind up a statistic, kid. Cancel your Christmases. You're so simplistic, unrealistic. No competition. Lend me your ear while I start spit linguistics. Take a look at what just jumped off the boat. Niggas in hoodies, black Timbos and looks. Let's call them folks. Them niggas split your wood out here. We like a pack of wolves out here. You niggas eating good out here while everybody's starving. Ring the alarm, emerge from the darkness. You don't wanna start shit when them cannons get to sparking. Dilly depart. I'm getting tired of talking. Okay, so you a Martian. I'm a cosmic deity, cut like guillotine from the land of the lawless. But no creatine. You got a heart full of softness, erased from everyone's memory. I'm going down in history as one of the most infamous terrorists, gifted with extraordinary penmanship. You should watch your lips, yeah, and put some respect on them. I'm about to flex on them. Shit sound fresh, don't it? Only running with bosses, and you can reach me at my office. No shorts, no losses. Ask my nigga Flossie. I'm the hottest thing on the market, and you are just a target. I'm living through, I'm a monster, I'm the truth. Hey, hey, little doggy, all you doing is barking. Me and my niggas walking. Hit him with the Nina Rossi. I stay putting something in the air. I'm getting high like a rocket. Bitch, this STC. Still down to bang with it, slang with it. Yeah, she cute as fuck, but she ain't my main thing with it. Ask me how I smoke. Still maintain with it. Nigga, I got the dope. Mr. Cocaine with it, Kurt Cobain. I'm a bullet to the brain, swing with a tick like twang. You'll get sprayed and slayed, but I'm all in the grave. We taking over this game, bang, 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 bang. All in the grave, we taking over this game, bang, 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 bang. If you really knew the type of shit that be going on through my head, I see the visions of the whole world burning, and everybody is dead. Those little infrared beams coming from the ceiling, but all you bitches to bed, yeah. This name that got him spilling his beans, now I can see all of his dreams, yeah. I want to be just like Mike, but the one from Halloween. Infatuation with the murder scene, like masturbation when I burst this thing.
This is a Beyond the Harmony exclusive.
Disclaimer. We are regular guys who love to talk Bone Thugs and Harmony. We do not represent Bone Thugs or any Bone affiliate. We are also not Bone Thugs experts. The views and information you hear in this podcast may be based on personal opinion. Please feel free to leave corrections and clarifying information in the comments, and enjoy.
Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. We on the West Coast, so everybody come join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. We on the West Coast, so everybody come join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. We on the West Coast, so everybody come join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. We on the West Coast, so everybody come join us.
What's up, y'all? It's Cecil West, Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, back again with the one and only
Johnny. He can't travel because he gets car sick. Lippy.
He is the co-host and coast to coast and come up creeper, never sour, always sweeter. Ladies and gentlemen,
I am Matthew Weaver.
and this is Beyond the Harmony Live. It's a thug motherfucking Thursday. Tuning in to the #1 Bone Thugs podcast in the motherfucking world. I'm still tired from our trip.
And one more tonight. Special guest, our Manhattan Project, Secret Weapon, the resident decoder.
I wasn't going to say anything yet, but...
Our ghostwriter, chief researcher, investigator, magic sorcerer.
I wasn't going to say it yet, but directly from his shift on the graveyard, we got RC Thugster with us as well.
Buck.
There he is.
It's about time.
Yeah. It only took a whole trip to Los Angeles and meeting Kenny McCloud and Donald Cunningham before he was like, fuck it, I'm going to go on and talk.
Man, if that didn't get him.
So, yeah, man, we just wanted to do a quick, we were talking about it. It was like, hey, we got to go live and talk about this. How's everybody's levels? Am I too loud? It's been fucking hard to get this new thing leveled out.
I think it sounds real sharp.
Yeah,
It sounded good in my earphone.
It might be louder for the YouTube, but yeah. So anyway, we just wanted to motherfucking talk about it before it was like out of our minds forever, right? So and Johnny wasn't there, so it gave us a chance to talk to shit with Johnny as well.
Well, health-wise, I mean, that's like the first thing. Have you guys all recovered yet? Or are you guys still on, I guess, well, Matt and RC are on West Coast time anyway, but that was some balls to the wall, no sleep till Brooklyn. I mean, I was exhausted just from listening to your guys' adventures the whole time. I can't imagine what it was like. Did you guys have a sleep marathon when you got back? Did you have to get right back to work? What was it like recovering?
For me, I traditionally will not take. I get home and go right back to fucking work. But yeah, I took Monday off. I was dragging ass. We checked out of our Airbnb on Saturday morning, so you figure we were probably up by 9 or something, and I didn't go to bed until Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So I got up whatever the fuck o'clock West Coast time Saturday and didn't go to bed until Sunday night. So yeah, I was pretty dead. I feel pretty good now though. I was at a fucking reggae concert last night, jamming, smoking weed in the fucking porta potty because they were super hard about weed, and I'm chilling.
All right. Well, there's a lot to cover, right? So we're gonna keep this to an hour and a half. That's what we're trying to do. 90 minutes, all killer, no filler. Bone got a
Can
star.
we do it, ladies and gentlemen?
Bone got the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. As great of an achievement that was, it was a great moment for Bone fans all around the world. But at the same time, it sure felt like last week was a week-long massive celebration for Beyond the Harmony, where it's like you guys got to cash in all of our karma rewards with all these unbelievable encounters that you guys got to experience. That's what we're covering tonight. And I guess it's right to start with Cecil, to get the first pieces of like how you were feeling about it. But I want to point out that Cecil's got a new name. He's Cecil the Connect West, or Cecil the Plug. So you've been on many stages, held many mics, airplane flights at huge heights. Where does last week rank in your storied lifetime of adventures that you've had? Like, I heard it all. To me, this seems like you couldn't have possibly topped it. Did you have a better top 5 moment than this past week?
It's definitely top 5. It's probably top 3, of my life. So it was up there for sure. It's absolutely top 5. It's probably top 3.
How about you, Matt?
Yeah, it's definitely up there. What it was number 1 at is the unknown. You didn't know what this could turn into. Networking of a lifetime, opportunities of a lifetime. I knew it was going to be special going in, but how limitless was it going to be is never quite felt quite like that before.
One of the coolest things that came out of this, and I don't know if you guys want to even discuss it, but the fact that you, Matt, and RC actually met each other prior to this LA trip is so Beyond the Harmony and so fitting, along the lines like Cecil and I knew RC in a previous engagement decades ago, and for you to have a connection with RC as well. I don't know if you guys could say anything on that, but like, how did you guys even figure it out? Were you actually able to recognize each other? Because I imagine a lot of time had passed by since whenever you guys had previously encountered each other.
RC, you want to tell the story?
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. So these guys got into the hotel room super late. And then first thing I heard Matthew Weaver say is, "My bad for slamming the door." And then we just started talking, waiting for Cecil. And it turns out we were both at the Twin Peaks Festival many, many years ago. We'll say that. And kind of crazy because it's sort of like a little convention, but it's not a convention to where there's hundreds of people and you're like, "Oh, I was there too, but I never saw you." Like, it was an intimate thing with a lot of the celebrities from the Twin Peaks show. And turns out we were both there the same year, and kind of crazy.
So did Matt, did you have your glorious beard back then? Like, because if you did, I don't know how, like, how did you guys, were you guys just talking about that you had been there, or how, could RC, could you recognize Matt, how he might have looked back then versus how he looks now? Not that you look totally different, but that was a massive beard that you had. I'm just figuring out, like, how did you guys know that you guys were there? Was it just sharing stories, or were you like, "Yo, I know your face"?
Yeah, sharing stories, man. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the pictures from the event and see if we could see each other. It's real. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, basically he just said, "Oh yeah," or I was like, I'm from the Seattle area or whatever. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was there once. I actually went for this one thing." But I feel like in passing, I think I already knew that RC liked David Lynch. So for it to be something completely unrelated to not just Bone, but even hip hop, and maybe 100 people all over the whole world were there, maybe less than that probably. And so for us to both, I mean, I didn't like have to travel to go to it, right? But so there's like no way we didn't like interact or stand next to each other is how small it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so now night one, I never even found out what when you guys. I guess I'll ask Cecil. So you guys were all flying in. Obviously, well, RC drove in, but Matt and Cecil flew in. Did you guys stay anywhere? Did you just stay up the whole night after you landed all the way?
Okay, so RC drove in, and we got a hotel by the airport to make things easy. And so RC checked into it first, so it'd be all set to go. Matt and I set our flights up so that we would be landing at the same time. So boom, we'll fucking travel together. My flight gets delayed like 3 fucking hours. So I'm East Coast time. We were supposed to get in at like midnight, which Matt still did. I didn't get in until 3 o'clock West Coast time. So it's 6 a.m. my time. And we got to get up for the Walk of Fame. Like people are like, we're going to be there at 9, which was our plan. We didn't end up there at 9 a.m., but that was the plan. We still got up early as fuck. So day one, I'm rolling on like, I got there, I take a shower, I do all the, the shit. So I think I only got like 2 hours of sleep.
Well, where did you shower? Like
we had a hotel. We rented
a hotel.
Yeah. That's what I said. We got a hotel. RC checked in first. And
that's right. Okay.
And then Matt got there midnight West Coast time, went to the hotel, and then I got there about 3 o'clock in the morning. Getting out of fucking LAX, I was like, it's not like other airports where the fucking Uber will just pull right up to the fucking thing. They're like, nah, you got to walk down to this. This is where all the Ubers go, or there'd be too many in this area. So you walk fucking 10 minutes to get to the fucking Uber spot. My first Uber left because I wasn't there in time. And I was like, bro, I'm not from here. I didn't fucking know I had to walk down here. I was like, I should have just walked to the fucking hotel. I went so far. But yeah, so we did that and got up for a ratty ass breakfast. Matt tried to remind me to eat the whole fucking trip. And,
horrifying.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice hotel to have such a shitty breakfast.
So then you guys, what time did you guys head towards, I guess, Hollywood Boulevard? Is that where it takes place?
It was up by the what's that fucking theater?
It was at the Fonda.
Like the La Fonda or something.
Yeah. So, well, you figure it started at 11:30. And we were there well in advance. I think we were there at least by 10, maybe
earlier than that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got there early. That's why I'm saying I was on fucking 2 hours of sleep, boy. RC drove the whole time like a gangster. We got a great fucking rental. RC drove the whole time. This motherfucker was big for fucking big Cecil West. I rode in the back the whole time. It was so fucking big. He's like, yeah, I got these captain chairs. So wherever you sit, and I was like, I'm gonna sit in the fucking back, bro. This is fire.
Nice. Do you guys remember who the first people you encountered that you recognized on the day of? Was it Smokey and HC? Was it Cold and
someone
Marco or Clever? Or was it JoCal? Did you run into JoCal first?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think maybe JoCal first. And then I can't remember who. So if you're listening, I apologize. But like 3 people up from JoCal, right? So I run into JoCal. There's like 2 fucking lines. It's crazy. They said people started getting there at 8 in the morning. And there's 2 lines. And so we check out the first line. And we spin the block and we go to the other line. I think I messaged JoCal or something. And he was like, I'm over in this line. So I go see JoCal. I'm talking to JoCal. 3 people, 4 people ahead of him. I see a guy. He's wearing the fucking Layzie Bone, a Layzie Bone shirt. So I'm, dope shirt, right? Anybody wearing the new Layzie shit, I try to give him love. And he goes, Cecil West, right? And I was like, yeah, man. And he's like, I could tell by the voice. So it was on from there. And then as people came in, people just started to come in. Matt got recognized a lot. So it kind of just kept rounding people in. But then, you know, Cold Blooded showed up and Clever. And that was kind of our little crew there. Like that. So we kind of hung with that crew from there. Me, RC, Matt, Clever, Cold Blooded, JoCal. I can't remember if there was someone else, but I don't think so. I think that was our little crew. But then, you know, we ran into tons of people.
That's the thumbnail you used for today.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hey, that was when I saw that picture. That was the first moment where I was like, "Fuck, man, I should have went, bro. I should have went."
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, in time, time will reveal why I didn't go. I know there's a reason. I don't know what it is, but that picture, when you guys sent me that picture, I was like, "Oh man, it's like." Man, this is the All-Star crew. This is the Skull and Crossroads Society meetup part 2 in 2026.
Yeah, it was hot as fuck. There was a million fucking people. LAPD had the shit shut down. Pretty soon, when it got closer, when the thugs arrive, you know, so in the middle of that, like Smokey the Bandit and HC the Chemist run up on us. Court Dog is there. I mean, this was, you know, and like, the thing that was cool about this was there was levels to the shit. Like, obviously, it gets all the way up to the level of, like, Ice-T is there, right? Obviously, Bone is there. But then it's like, even you start at the base level, there's, like, the quote-unquote, like, you know, famous fans or the fans that people really, really know. And then you get into the affiliates. Like, every motherfucking affiliate. You can Thug Queen was there. Ken Dog was there. Members of Relay from... you know, Thug Line are there, you know, Keith G's there. You name it, bro. Like every motherfucker is there, dude. So yeah, so you know, right up to the big dogs, Bone Thugs and Harmony. K Chill was there. That was cool. We're in the parking lot. K Chill is driving by. Mind you, K Chill hasn't seen me yet, and so he's driving by. And his window's down. I said, K Chill. He's like, what up, man? And I just dap him through the window and I said, Cecil West. And then I just keep it fucking walking. So he hits me up like, yo, West, you just gotta fucking, you know, you just gotta dap me up and walk like that, you know?
Man, that's all. I just want to make mention of it because you guys got like a mini photo shoot with Smokey the Bandit and HC the Chemist and Cold Blooded. How long was your guys encounter? How long did you guys get to, you know, meet up with that little group?
Like Smokey and HC?
Yeah.
Who did they run into? They ran into somebody from the show or something, or somebody from the little crew we were in, because, you know, I think Smokey was asking, where the fuck is Cecil West, right? And then they found us. They ran up on us. I had this big Bone Thugs flag with me that Matt busted my balls about bringing, because he's like, what are you gonna do with that? I'm like, I'm gonna wear it on my back. He's like a cape, and I was like, yeah. I guess like a cape, yeah, motherfucker. Whatever.
It was gigantic.
It was. It's a flag. It was a full size flag, but with a Bone logo. And I don't know why. By the way, I didn't know why I bought this fucking thing. I didn't know why I brought it. I didn't know shit. I just know that like it popped up on eBay. I was like, fucking, I'm gonna buy this, and I bought it. I brought it, and it comes into play as soon as we meet Smokey and HC, because they're like, yo, we need a picture. It was like super humbling that they wanted the picture with us, right? So they're like,
that is pretty cool.
Yeah. So they're like, let's get a picture. And I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers aren't fixing to get Cecil West. And I realized I got the cape hanging, and I just grabbed the edge of it and I just like mask up. Boom.
Hey, that was like that's a Beyond the Harmony alumni reunion, like a mini reunion right there, having both of them with you. So that's cool. Also on the line of, you were talking about K Chill and Smokey the Bandit. I just want to give a plug for Smokey. He did an excellent interview with K Chill. K Chill dropped really cool, like new storylines in that interview. So y'all go check out Smokey's interview with K Chill. It's really good. But yeah, so speaking of that, a lot of people, how many people did you encounter that they didn't realize who they were encountering? Meaning Cecil West. Like how many people,
Well,
if they knew, they'd have been like, holy cow. But
well, this is how
they
it
didn't
went,
figure it
right?
out.
This is how it went. Matt was recognized like a bunch. And so people would run up on Matt, and some of them would get like really excited to be talking to Matt. So they'd introduce themselves, and they just, not because I think they were rude or anything. They just got like hyped up to meet Matt. So they don't bother introducing themselves to the rest of the circle. Right. So they're just standing right there, just like, I love the show, da 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 da, this and that. But the ones that introduce themselves to the whole circle, RC and I would introduce ourselves back. And then it was so dope when, RC and I would introduce ourselves, because you would watch like their face like, oh shit. But there was a bunch that just talked to Matt. And so, they didn't even know. Now people know, obviously. Like, they're like, oh, I was standing right in front of you. I didn't even fucking know. But also, like, RC boy, everybody RC, and this is a theme for the rest of the fucking week, but like RC was just like, hey, Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, biggest podcast about Bone Thugs and Harmony. You guys should check it out. And like, anybody we talked to, he dropped it like that. And most people are like, yeah, I already know Beyond the Harmony. I love it. And he's like, oh, it's a Beyond the Harmony host right here. So, he was the liaison between the fans and us, and again, other situations.
That was the ghost of Cam Carl through RC, camcarl.com. Beyond the Harmony, baby. So then,
just real quick, huge thanks and shout out to everybody that recognized me and came up and talked to me. I'm not antisocial. I swear I'm just a little bit introverted sometimes. And it was blazing hot. And so, but it was great talking to everybody. Great hearing all your stories, and just seeing all the love gathered at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday for a rap group from the 90s.
Bro.
Yeah, if you would have had some shade, you could have hung out with fucking Matt all day if you would have had some shade with you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the crowd, because I don't know if it was Ice-T or if somebody said that or Fat Joe. It was Fat Joe, right? Saying that it was the most people they've ever seen at a Hollywood Star event.
Yeah.
So you were saying the cops had the block locked down, and
yeah. Well, I don't think they always drop. I don't think they shut the street down like that all the time. And then finally the crowd was so big, and Bone Thug shows up, and it kind of gets crazy, and then they shut the fucking streets down. So now, everybody's up against the barricade. The Hollywood Walk of Fame kind of fucked the dog a little bit by setting up these tents the way they did. Like, it was good. They set up tents for all the, the honored guests, right? Which was packed, bro. Each Bone Thug got 10 seats, and then plus the committee or whatever had seats. So Layzie gave K Chill and his son both a seat. So shout out to El Berna, man, looking out for Chill. Tamika Wright was there. Busy's who shouted Tamika out. I didn't hear anybody else do it. So I don't know this, right? I don't know if Busy gave Tamika one of his seats, but it was very cool that Tamika was there. And Tamika looked cool. She almost looked like the BNK video to me.
That was my highlight for sure. I mean, besides meeting all the fans.
Yeah.
The ceremony itself, that was definitely how highly Ice-T spoke of them, but knowing Tamika was there with them.
Yeah.
What did it take to hold you back from like trying to, track her down to land an interview? And did you guys snap any pics? Did you have the chance to snap any Tamika?
Nah, it was really
pics?
It was really hard. If you weren't in the front, like you were not. If you weren't in the front, and like they had all their own media, like Layzie tried to get us media passes. Like the Walk of Fame had media and shit. So, but some people talked to Tamika, so it's like, you know, it was just the wrong place for me, because if it was the right time, and because I guess she was out there talking to motherfuckers. So yeah, so the Walk of Fame was great. It was such a great experience, and no problems, that many fans, so many boom boxes playing fucking Bone, and hearing the whole fucking crowd, just singing in the fucking streets in the blazing heat. The Bone7 showed up, so Big Chizbone was in the house, and all kinds of people. And the Walk of Fame happened, and then the LAPD immediately started clearing motherfuckers out. Get the fuck out of the street. And the actual ceremony was not that long. The hanging out, the little mini block party is what was long.
Yeah, that's what I want to know too, because I didn't see any pictures or anything that you guys took of like the actual ceremony, and I just wondered like how far were you guys from it? Like, what was your visibility?
Oh, you couldn't see shit.
Couldn't see. Okay.
Nah,
And-
because they had two lines that had already been lining up, and then they had these barricades. They wouldn't have done these barricades if they knew they were going to have to shut the street down. So they had a barricade for the ceremony, like those like bike racks, but then they had those big orange like riot barricades to block the street. So, you didn't get hit by a car. Well, they ended up having to shut the fucking street down, so they didn't need those. So those barricades kind of made a funnel, and the two lines kind of filled that fucking thing. And then people started jumping the barricades, security lost control, and I think that's when they shut the fucking street down. But, we were trying to get close. I mean, Clev had jumped the fuck in there, and even Clev couldn't get us no fucking good footage. Like, this was really packed. So at one point I said, fuck it. I'm just going to wander the street, man. All I can do is hear it. So I'm going to wander the street and get video of the crowd. And, which was fine. Like I wasn't, I knew there was video being done, so I wasn't tripping that I couldn't see Bone, but it moved through really quick. The Hollywood Walk of Fame people talked, and then, the guest Joe and Ice-T and shit talked. And then each member of Bone kind of said a quick little thing, and then they, revealed the star, and bada boom.
Did you get a chance to see the professional footage that they had recorded and live streamed on?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
So then after that happens, is that when you go to lunch? Like afterwards, like how does the ceremony end? And then I believe you guys go to, is it Roscoe's, or is that later on in the day?
So we're trying to meet up with the Bone7, but there's so many fucking people still. And so finally I just say to Chiz, I say, hey man, we're going to walk down to this record store. I was trying to find Bone stuff, and we're going to walk down to this record store, and, we get the rest of the little crew that we were with to go with us. And, we're on our way back, and, RC goes, that's Chiz right there. Now, mind you, he still hasn't seen me yet, right? So, they Inglewooding down the fucking street, boy. Like then, and then they immediately, like I said something, they immediately knew it was us. So, we just have a quick little powwow there on the street for probably 20 or so minutes, and then after that we shout out to Is This Mic On with $5 super chat. After that,
Cecil, for anyone that hasn't seen the entire Layzie Bone interview, first you should, but maybe remind everyone who the Bone7 is real quick, because it's integral.
Yeah, the Bone7 is Alzy. It's the crew that Alzy Roundtree is from, and that's who Layzie met in Texas when he was a kid, and that's where he got the whole Bone thing from. So this is like the original Bone. This is like the grandfathers of Bone, and even though they're the same age, but this is like the founding fathers. These are like the founding fathers of Bone, right? So yeah, then we make a plan. We're gonna go with the Beyond the Harmony crew. We meet So Crazy, right? Jimmy Falkenberg's out there. So we start running into other people, and we make a plan for us all to go to the Grove to eat and shit. And then as we're packing up to go, Bone7, yo, we're at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Pull up. So Beyond the Harmony has to cut out on the Grove plan with the Beyond the Harmony crew, because the Seven's calling, And we pulled JoCal with us because he was right there. And we end up at, Roscoe's. We kick it with them. And, that it was a great time. We fucking, plop RC down right at we ended up having to have 2 tables. There were so many, but there was 1 seat left at the Bone7 table. And we put RC at that table, which was dope. And,
apparently that Roscoe's Chicken is like a legendary spot. Right after you guys told me about it, Warren G had said that he got like the most important crate of records right outside of Roscoe's from some guy. And so apparently this Roscoe's is a well-known place. Did you get any history about it? Is it like
it's a chain, so I don't know if it's the same location, but this one was the one like on Hollywood and Gower.
Okay.
Like,
Well, I would assume maybe Warren G was there. I mean, but yeah, maybe there's one in Long Beach or wherever he's from. But I would have, most likely, maybe he was. You guys were like in the heart of it all, right? That's the main Hollywood, California.
I think the original is from Long Beach.
Okay.
So,
And can you guys hear me okay?
yeah, you sound great.
Loud and clear.
Great. Joe Rogan mic. I think it's the same location where Pac filmed To Live and Die in LA.
Okay.
I think
That
that's
makes
what
sense.
Big Chiz was talking to that waitress about it because she was
Yeah.
working there at the time, and there was that dude, that doorman outside that originally turned us away. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, the doorman was very like, who y'all here for? Woo woo woo, and we tried to describe it, and he's like, nah. And then
Keep moving.
yeah, he's just like, nah, there's no one here, like, for y'all. And then somehow it comes up, and he's like, Inglewood? We're like, yeah. He's like, hold on. And he goes back and gets him, and then comes back and gets us, and he's like, okay, you guys are good. So and they knew who fucking Chiz and them were up in that motherfucker. So they immediately, like, the Roscoe's people immediately treated us great.
Wow. And I heard RC, you had a legendary plate. What did you have?
I had the succulent breast. That's what the menu said.
That's really it actually said that. Nice. Was it good?
It was delicious, and like Big Chiz says, for the waffles, if your butter doesn't melt on the waffle, then they ain't having it.
It was good. I was not hungry, but I was like, yo, let me tell you. I'm like, I look at Matt and I'm like, fuck, man, I really feel like I should eat this chicken and waffles, just to like show love. And I'm like, but I'm just not into it. And I was like, I would get like a waffle, right? So I get some waffles and some grits, and then I look over and I see RC's sitting at the Bone7 table eating the chicken and waffles, and I was like, let's go, someone did it, okay.
What did Matt get though? Because I know it gets creative.
Oh yeah, I've been vegan a long time, right? So it's hilarious that we picked chicken and waffles, but it's for the culture. So I had some top of the shelf French fries.
It's not called Roscoe's French fries, okay? I'll just say that.
Yeah, but I ate just to eat because everyone was there. You know what I mean? So I had a French fry. But just still riding high on, I would say even more than Versus. It was a who's who, of bone culture at the event. So I was still just making sure we were taking it all in, and like, did we forget to do something mission critical? Like every affiliate you could think of just walking by us to their cars afterwards. It's not a concert, you know what I mean?
Now, in the photo, I think I've seen 4 members of the Bone7. Is it 7 because they're called Bone7, or is it just the 4 guys I saw, or how many of the Bone7 were there with you guys having lunch?
Maybe for 5 or 6, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it's just who could make it that at that time.
Did you guys discuss the Layzie interview at all, or like the whole? Did you guys let them know like how long RC's been trying to connect with Alzy and the whole hit, like the whole kind of like Bone7's like RC's K Chill. We've been trying to connect with them for all this time, and then it finally happened. Did you guys cover any of that, or I guess this one's like what stays in LA stays in LA kind of thing. I mean,
I heard RC giving him a little mini interview. The three of us, we couldn't hear much. So RC was kind of just like there asking him some, different questions and shit like that. Yeah, I don't know if there was something RC wants to share from that.
No, just chilling, just hanging out and chilling with the fellas, man. Trying to get to know them and be like, hey, is it weird for all these dudes coming up to Roscoe's with you for this bone stuff? And they were super welcoming, man. I can't express that enough. And you guys will hear more about that and maybe even see some of that too.
Mm. And I'm assuming Big Chiz, that was like the connect for you guys, right? Was he the one that you guys were communicating with to find out who's where? Or
that's
was
who
it Layzie?
Well, that's who Layzie, like, after me and RC harassed Layzie enough that he started to talk, Layzie was just like, basically like, yeah, if you want to move the goalpost here, this is Chiz. You got to talk to him.
Nice.
So
then, so you guys spent some time at Roscoe's. You have your chicken and waffles. RC has a succulent breast. It was how it was. And Matt had his French fries, and Cecil had his mystery meal. Then, do you guys head back to the pad after that? Or
yeah, we hadn't got the Airbnb yet, so we get the motherfucking Airbnb. They were supposed to be, they're not supposed to be. There was an after party, and I'm trying to reach Lay, but I know he's busy as fuck. Like, again, every single person in his life is there. And Lay told me before, bro, just show up to shit. Don't worry about being on no list. Don't worry about shit. Just show the fuck up. I got you, right? But I'm not fixing to do that. I will now, by the way, now that I've like interacted with Lay, I'm just showing up to shit. But I can't really reach Lay. We're all fucking exhausted. We're staying, up in a different area. So the after party's, 45 minutes, an hour away, which is fine. We would have gone, But when I couldn't reach Lay, it was like, hey, let's get ready. We got K-Chill in the morning. Let's just get equipment, rocking. And so we went home and kind of, did that, checked into our thing, chilled. And, I think we just called it. We got equipment set up, figured out what we were going to do. We had the K-Chill interview first thing in the morning. And that's really, what we did for the rest of that day.
Did y'all go out to dinner or anything, or did you just crashed at the crib?
Yeah, no, I think we just crashed out, right?
I think y'all got in the pool a little bit, and I know I ordered some Thai food, and then we're listening to bone music.
Yeah.
I think due to my lack of nutrition, I forced you guys to go to my favorite vegan restaurant, Doomie's.
Was that day?
We went twice, not in the same day. And that was the day that you got just the chicken wing.
That was that day too?
Yeah, because I knew, like, at that point, even if we left for the after party, time was of the essence, and we were driving right by it. So I was like, hey man, can I eat? Because at that time, I don't eat before I fly, right? And so I really hadn't eaten, because that hotel breakfast made me want to punch something.
Oh, it was not good.
And so it had pretty much been a day since I really had.
I thought that was the next day that we ate that, but maybe, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. The days all blurred together, but yeah, we went to this vegan chicken, and RC wouldn't eat it, but I anytime Matt and I are on the road and he wants me to try something, I'm totally game. So and it was phenomenal. We went twice. The second time I really went in. So
yeah, I love it there. Yeah, thanks for going with me, guys. That's like my favorite restaurant.
Yeah, it was great.
So at this stage now, we're wrapping day one. You guys are sitting at the
and just so you know, it's already 8:40. So we better pace this motherfucker.
All right. But let me just recap. So you guys land, you get to the hotel, you clean up, you go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you see fans, politic for a bit, the Walk of Fame, Smokey the Bandit, HC the Chemist, Cold Blooded, Clever, everybody else, JoCal. You then go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles with the Bone7. You skip the after party, you head home, you test the equipment, you go to Matt's little vegan place. At this point, did you have any, like, were you thinking like, oh, cool, it was a nice little trip, we'll spend some time the next couple days and that's it. Did you have
No,
any
because
idea
remember,
how the next days?
I got a agenda. I got a whole, everybody was greeted with a, hey, here's the next 4 fucking days of your life laid out step by step, and how it's gonna go. Knowing that audibles will happen here, right? Like this isn't gonna be perfect, but in the event that no audibles get thrown, Layzie doesn't ask us to do anything, nothing extra happens. Here's a step-by-step, completely full, no extra time agenda. So I had it broken down. Years of tour management and touring with fucking heathens. I know to go into things with a schedule. So
Nice. All right, so now we're on day 2, 8:40 p.m. here Eastern time. We still got time. Picking up the pace. We got the first thing that happens is you got the show with K-Chill. You get in contact with Lippy in Florida in a different time zone, making sure he's able to make it. You guys got the whole thing set up. We do the testing.
everything's going great. The K-Chill's on fucking time. Everything's fucking great. And then I turned my mixer off and turned it back on, and I forgot to change a setting. And the first, it felt like a lifetime, but I think it was about 5 minutes. We didn't have audio at the beginning of it. Super, super live shit.
And you guys threw a good audible last minute. There was a lot of backlight before we went live. Had you guys not changed it, K-Chill would have came in really dark. And you guys, I don't know if you adjusted irises or RC came with a different camera, but things worked out real good. Like at the beginning, I was like, oh man, we got K-Chill in person and it's going to be all dark, but it turned out great. K-Chill looked great on camera. I love the 2-shot with K-Chill and Matt. And so now you guys are interviewing K-Chill. K-Chill's got an entourage with him.
Yeah, he's got an entourage. Cool motherfuckers. RC's riding shotgun with me. So RC's in the battle station working with me. And it was cool. RC's like, we're talking about certain things and he's showing me stuff and he's getting to see me work. So he's seeing what we're doing or what I'm normally doing during a show, right? Like so he's getting to see like I'm really not fucking around while we're on these shows. And then Matt and Chill are kind of just in the camera view, and Chill was there with his son and he had a bunch of his crew and they were fucking great, bro. We didn't run into any bad people on the trip.
Yeah. There was zero static. It was all love all the way around. So.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Running on low energy, hot sun on the road, that many different personalities, and everyone was happy to see us.
Yeah, dude. Everybody was so. It was kind of crazy to be like, I don't want to. Celebrity isn't the right word, but we definitely got like mini celebrity treatment in a lot of places, and so we do the interview. I didn't write a single motherfucking question, not one single question. K-Chill's been on so much, he's like family. And, the big takeaway from that is, 8 years ago, me and John are doing an interview with this K-Chill guy over TalkShoe and not thinking shit of it. 8 years later, here we are, we're out in LA, staying at a, plush situation, doing the show live in person, all getting by the pool, getting ready to go meet El Berna because we just did the Walk of Fame, and it's like life is crazy when you look at it like that. Life is crazy, and K-Chill shows us so much love. Like, hey, I owe so much of this to Beyond the Harmony and doing the interview, but in the same hand, it's like K-Chill's who finally, out of all the people that tried, like K-Chill's who was able to make the connection between us and Layzie Bone. So it was like we helped each other, and it was like K-Chill and Beyond the Harmony helping each other, and now here we are by a pool doing the show live in person, our second time in the year doing the show live in person, and we here with Chill doing episode 60 by the pool, getting ready to go meet El Berna. So it was a full circle Beyond the Harmony moment.
Full circle, bro. And y'all make sure that you pre-order that. K-Chill's got a book coming out. It's called Finding Harmony, the K-Chill story. It's coming out August 1st, same day as the K-Chill album, which is still yet to be titled. So August 1st, make sure y'all pre-order. And if you don't pre-order, make sure you get it on that day. Definitely get the book because K-Chill, he's got really cool stories. You wouldn't believe all the people K-Chill rubbed elbows with over his career. So, if you guys didn't hear that Smokey the Bandit story, check the book because it's gonna have a lot of cool, interesting stuff in it. It's like the real Bone prequel. In fact, in ways, it's the Bone story that we never heard.
Shout out to HD in the chat. That's HD from Bone7 right there.
Oh, snap. Nice.
So HD, you just missed us talking the whole Roscoe's the entire Roscoe's meeting. So you'll have to spin it back when it's over. But
so you guys do this show with Kate Chill and Lippy is like grandstand, and you guys like, yo, we got to rap. And so it seemed like Kate Chill had to go and you guys had to go.
We
so
all
that
did.
Was like,
it's tough for you because you're in the studio doing it, so you can't see the cues that it's rap time. And I know you're excited because everything I just laid out.
Yeah, I had to get a few things in with Big K Chill, bro, the big bro, and
in traditional Lippy fashion.
Yeah,
it all made sense to me what he was doing, but yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so you guys have to jet out now. You guys are headed out to. I'll let you say who are you going to?
Well, before we do that, see, Matt has some friends in a band that he's a fan of, and they knew Matt was in town, and so they actually asked Matt to meet. So before we do that, that's kind of like why I had us under the crunch, but it worked out good because K Chill was going to play golf with like people from fucking Interscope or some shit. So he had to get the fuck out. So we're under the crunch to get Matt to this golf shit or to this bookstore to meet his people, which still ended up happening. So that's what we did first. We get the fuck out of there. We fly down to this bookstore. I'm dying at this point, right? I'm just fucking tired. My back hurts, my back hurt before I even fucking flew. So I'm like, yo, I'm staying in the car,
And everything in LA might look close on the map. Like we say LA, it's really not. It's Southern California, right? So everything is a journey. Like everything is blazing a trail. And RC was a super soldier the entire time, just driving all day, every day. Didn't complain once.
Yeah, it's great.
Being driven as a grown-ass man, being driven somewhere. I said this to you in Florida as well, John. It is peak luxury to me to just get in the passenger seat and put my seatbelt on. It's like, it's unheard of. So I really felt like I was on vacation in that way. It was work all day, every day for sure. But being driven was like, oh man, I could get used to this. Thanks, RC.
Yeah, and RC's driving in this fucking peak LA. We don't give a damn. We don't give a fuck traffic. He's got a break and she's like, sorry guys. I'm like, brother, as long as you don't kill us, I don't give a fuck what you have to do right now. Like, hold it down. And he did, bro. He did a great job. So we do the bookstore, and then I'd set it up originally. We were going to see Donald Cunningham at 3 and Giulio at 7. Okay. But, Giulio, we don't find this out till later. So we say, fuck it. Let's go meet Donald. We meet Donald at the Grove, the same place we were supposed to meet Cold Blooded and all them. We never ended up hooking back up with KB and anybody because of the Bone7 thing, which is fine. We're out there working. They all understood. So we meet Donald at the Grove, right? And he goes, he meets us. He's like, he's carrying this fucking bag with him, or like a backpack. I guess it was a backpack. And, we're at this Grove, and it kind of feels like, it kind of feels like a section of Disneyland almost, like full of shops and shit. And it's got like a trolley that runs through it. There's a movie theater. So we're at this Grove shit, and he goes, yeah, we got to find a place so I can show you what's in here. And he goes, I guess we'll go to the bookstore. And so he kind of talked like, have you ever heard of this Barnes and Nobles? That's not what he said, but that's how we felt, right? Like he didn't know we didn't know what the fuck a Barnes and Nobles was. And so we go to this top floor of this Barnes and Nobles, and he's got this thing, and he goes, he pulls his laptop out. He goes, you're not here to talk to me. He goes, I know. He you're here for this. And we were like, no, bro, we want to talk. So we sit there talking to Dawn before anything even happens for, I don't know, what do you guys think? 30 to 50 minutes of just us chopping it up?
Oh, easily. But it was like the fastest 45 minutes ever.
Yeah.
Three-story Barnes and Nobles.
I call in a coffee that should have come in right behind me that ends up a few blocks away, which comes into play later. But yeah, you know, we just talk, we're catching up. RC's getting his opportunity to pick his brain. I'm having fun just watching RC get to be in DC mode with DC. You know, and we're just asking him questions. You know, we talk about his interview. We talk about the thing that he wrote to us post-interview, which, by the way, y'all, Donald wrote this amazing, like, I don't know what the fuck you would even call it, like an essay about
like a soliloquy.
Yeah, about his interview, and he told us to share it with y'all. We're gonna turn it into a video, but so we talk about that. We talk, you know, and it was just really cool connecting with him in person. And then he goes, "Okay, let's get into this." And he pulls out this fucking stack of DVDs that is like, I think RC or Matt, one of them described it as like, you know, when people take the pictures of money and they put it up to their ear, it was like that. And he pulls out this fucking old school. He goes, something like, you wouldn't believe it. Like they don't put CD drives on laptops anymore. And so he, instead of pulling out a current laptop, he pulls out this fucking big, bulky, old school Alienware and boots this motherfucker up. I was surprised it booted up as fast as it did. I was blown away. And, you know, I'm like, all right, those are the DVDs. I'm thinking he's got like some shit he's going to show us on the laptop, but he put these DVDs in and we're just kind of, he puts it in and starts playing and it's Bone recording. And he goes, we're kind of skipping through it and we're trying to figure out what the fuck it's from, right? Because remember, Donald left her in Art of War, but he told us like he kept getting jobs. Tamika would basically give him like piecework. And so she had sent him this DVDs for a project that they never ended up doing. So we're all thinking we're just going to see Collection Volume 1 footage, whatever. It's not. And they're rapping in the studio, recording. Absolutely, we're watching them record songs we've never fucking heard before because we're like, what the fuck is this? We can't put a finger on it because we don't know what the songs are. Never heard these songs before. And then finally we get to like Bad Weed Blues or something. And then more Thug World Order songs start happening. And so we realize this is Thug World Order footage. You know, they're recording Thug World Order footage. But like during it, like I said, we heard a bunch of acapellas from songs we never heard before. And we're seeing them, you know, in the studio. And this is like, it's got like the little things, John, like on the screen, like the battery and the time running. Like this is like a fucking camcorder shit. And we only skimmed through like 5 of them. The motherfucker's got like, I know the number goes up every time I tell the story, but he's got at least 30. It feels like 35 of these discs.
I thought it was just 15. Okay, 35.
This thing is fucking massive, like in his hand. And so so yeah, we do that. You know, we tried not to overly like play another one, do another one, you know, so it was kind of like he put those in and skimmed those ones and we were very grateful. But you know, we all walked away like, I wonder what else is on there. What? You know, it's like,
I mean, we witnessed history. Like you're downplaying it, Cecil. Like we unearthed a relic.
Yeah. And we said something about like, you know, copies or whatever. And he's like, no, Tamika actually yelled at me to not lose these because they were the only copies of it. So it's like, I don't know if anybody else has got that.
Wow. He had like the National Treasure original Declaration of Independence in his hands. And was he the whole time? So you said he had his like little backpack. So he kept everything spooky the whole time to give you the whole experience.
Listen, okay.
Oh, man, he's a genius, dude.
and he knows what he's doing, bro. This guy's smart. You know, none of this is all by design. So you guys want to get something to eat? Yeah. So we go down into this grove and it's like, it's at one point, I don't know. Donald walks so fucking fast, bro. It's like, it's like it literally, and RC like kind of gives me like a little nudge while we're walking. I don't know where Matt was, if he was walking with Donald or where Matt was, but RC and I are walking together. And we're in this grove thing, and it's like outside, but it's all got like a rooftop over it. And there's all these little places to eat. And it just feels like you're in like a market, right? And you got Donald fast walking because I'm looking for this Starbucks because my fucking coffee's sitting at a Starbucks and there's another one right here. And I realized it got sent to the Starbucks. So I'm trying to find, he's like, oh, you want a Starbucks? I know where the Starbucks is. And he just starts fucking walking. And he's got this bag and he's toting this bag next to him as we're walking quickly through this fucking thing. And RC nudges me and he's like, feels like, he goes, it feels like Hellraiser or Gremlins when they're walking through the fucking market with the bag and they're just chasing the guy. And that's what it was. He's got this bag of, we know nobody else around us knows what he's got and they might not care, but to a Bone fan, it's like if there was any Bone fans that happened to be there at the same time as us, they had no idea what's walking by them. And so find the coffee and RC and I are just fucking like cracking up about having to fucking follow, you know, fast walking ass Donald with his bag full of fucking Alienware, Bone Thugs, fucking historic DVDs, one of one copies. And we decide, you know, we check a few things out. We decide on some Mexican. We go to a Mexican, you know, restaurant. And, you know, I think from there, we just kind of pick his brain about everything, about the show, about everything, the evolution of the show. RC talked to him a lot. RC and him really connected.
Darcy, did you get any final things that didn't get answered that you needed answered? Because this was like your second chance. You don't have to say what they were, but did you get everything you needed to complete Donald Cunningham mode for yourself?
And I'm at peace with everything, but I will tell you, with any good mystery like what Don Cunningham cooked up for Eternal, that there's always more, brother. There's always more.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was, I mean, that, you know, that's the bulk of it. You know, we're gentlemen. I paid for the Bone7's meal, which they were so appreciative, right? And they were like, we were gonna pay for y'all, right? But it's like, bro, I've been around gangster shit my whole life, and so I kind of know how, you know, it should go. And then, you know, Matt picked up the Dawn, you know, check, and you know, then we just went to part ways with him, and we got some pictures and shit, and right as we're like parting ways, I go, let me know when you want to do something with those DVDs. Oh, and we invite him to go. Okay, and we invite him to go to the show, and I don't think he was ever gonna go, but he's toying with, yeah, maybe I'll go. You know, are we gonna be able to just get in through Layzie? And I was like, well, mind you, I haven't heard from Layzie. I messaged him. I said, I'm a Don Cunningham, and he might come to the show with us. So we put him on a list. And he said, that would be great. He goes, yeah, of course. I'll put him on a list. This is the first time he's messaged me back. And so Don is toying with the idea of going to a Bone Thugs and Harmony show with us. And he goes, let me call up Cass, see if she'll go. So he calls Cassandra Ware at the table in front of us. And this motherfucker, he goes, hey, Cassandra, you want to go to the Bone show with me? He goes, they put you on the list. They put you on the list. And I was like, oh, shit, you know? And so that ends up not working out. And like the whole time I'm like, he ain't going to come to this show with us. But it's cool that.
Can you imagine though?
But oh my God, knowing the aftermath of the show for us, like I don't know what it would have been like with him. But yeah, so we leave with the potential that he's gonna go. Bro, we're gonna run out of time. We got 30 minutes and there's just so much.
But this was my favorite part, man. This is Donald Cunningham moment, brother. So,
yeah.
But we'll keep.
So I break off and I'm like, let me know when you want to do something with those DVDs. And he's like, I will. And so yeah, we just, you know, we leave the fucking grove.
How'd you guys know it was time to part? Did it just feel like it was time to go, or did you guys have a time limit, or the food was consumed and
Giulio?
Yeah, there was a little bit of both, right? Which was, it did when it was time to go. It felt right. It felt right, Byron. Why a time limit on this live? Because, brother, we're trying to fucking get ourselves out of automatically having to do 4 and 5 hour lives. If we could start to do, not all of them, but like, you know, obviously interviews and shit, but like if we could get ourselves so we could get a nice hour and a half, like we might do them more. The problem is that when we do them, it's like you gotta set your soul up to do it, and it's tough.
And it's a work night too for all of us.
So it felt right, but also we're supposed to meet Giulio. And so we get to the car, I message Giulio, and Giulio goes, man, he goes, is there any way we could do tomorrow? Because I'm just getting back from Turkey. And he's like, the jet lag is killing me. And the 3-hour jet lag is killing me. And somebody, was it URC that knew the time difference? Somebody,
I don't remember.
It was pretty big. So I was like, yeah, of course. Like, you know, we're here to bug you. So whenever we can make it work. But I know the next day, by now I've talked to fucking, no, I don't know this yet. So we're like, yeah, tomorrow morning, no problem. Right. So now it's like, what the fuck are we going to do, bro? And, cause now our plans are shot, and I have a filler plan. I had RC put together this sightseeing tour of Bone locations, right? Where they recorded Notorious Thugs, Ruthless Records, blah, 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 blah. So, but that's not set up till the next day. So I'm like, what the fuck are we going to do tonight? Like our plan just got fucked. And RC looks and he's like, we're pretty close to the Crossroads Church. We should go to the Crossroads Church. So we end up going to the Crossroads Church. And as we're traveling through the town, RC goes, man, the Uncle Charles porch must be here, because every porch looked like there was no way we were going to figure it out unless somebody saw a number on it. But you know, all the porches looked like the Uncle Charles porch.
Speaking of which, the list that RC came up with was like 5 pages long, top to bottom, of scouted out locations.
It was great.
Which
gave me the addresses list. And then I did my tour management and put together a route. And if we would have ended up doing it, this route was phenomenal. And it ended at the Bone Thugs and Harmony show we were going to go to that night.
Wow.
Yeah. So if we would have ended up doing it, this would have been epic. But instead we do the Crossroads Church. It's in all its glory. When we pull up, you're just like, as soon as you see it, it's like you can hear Trey singing fucking Hail Mary, boy. Like as soon as you see it, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, those photos you sent, man, that was a magnificent church.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was beautiful. RC, I mean, we were all kind of this is kind of a running theme for Matt and I. You know, all three of us were really mesmerized. Like I know for Matt, like it meant a lot seeing the church and shit, but like I will say, and I'll let Matt, you know, tell that, but I will say for Matt and I watching like RC, it was really like that was like some of our favorite moments of the trip, was just Matt and I getting to like enjoy RC enjoying the shit. And like, you know, he was just mesmerized by it, but it meant a lot to Matt as well. Like all three of us were like blown away to be there.
Yeah, man. I mean, the unique once in a universe combo of how much enjoyment I get from seeing people that I want to be around doing what they want to do, combined with hearing Trey in my head. I mean, that music video signifies, I mean, the maxi single cover really, and the disc signifies like a canon event in my life. And so that, you know, it was like a pilgrimage or something, combined with how much fun and enjoyment I get from seeing how excited RC is, you know, that unique combo will never happen again. You know, that was a once in a lifetime. And the trip's not even half over at this point.
Real quick, this should become like a pilgrimage for Bone fans. Are you guys the first Bone fans to make the quest to the church, or did RC already know about other Bone fans making this journey? Is a pioneer?
I've never seen anybody talk about it. I had to hit up people and just start searching around LA for it. But mindful of time, basically, yeah, hope to get some footage and tell people about it. So I think can still do that though. There's still time to go back.
Awesome. And so at this stage, you guys were waiting on a text from Layzie or something.
Nah,
and you had
nah.
to
So
modify-
we
oh.
again, the evening from 7 to whenever was to be filled by Giulios. So this doesn't happen. So we're at the church, and we're taking all the pictures. It's beautiful. We're taking it in, and then we wanted to get in. We want to see the inside, and so we tried every motherfucking door there was.
Every door.
Yes, even doors that we had no business trying. It was like, fuck it, try it. Right? Because if one of these opens, we're going in whatever way it lets us in. If we enter through the fucking basement dungeon of this church, we're going. And none of them open, and but it's all right. So now it's like, well, what are we gonna do? Well, RC at the fucking Walk of Fame runs into Kenneth McCloud, who he's talked to for years online, but he runs into him, and I'll let RC tell this part.
Yeah, so I was just saying what's up to him, and I was like, hey, is it ever possible for me and some of my friends to come tour the Black Hole studio? And he was just like, yeah, sure. And I was like, well, how should I hit you up? And he gives me his phone number, and I'm like, oh shit. So then we're sitting out at the kind of like at dusk. It's real cloudy out in LA outside the Crossroads Church, and we're like, what do we do next? And then Cecil's like, dude, do the Hail Mary, text Kenny, let's go see if he's down. And so I text Kenny McCloud, and I'm like, hey, can we roll through to the Black Hole studio? And he's like, yeah. And I say, great, we'll be there in 20 minutes. He says, come on over. So man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. I could, when RC was like, we could do this, I'm like, yeah, well, we're not here for a month. Like, when are we going to be able to do this, right? And I haven't met Kenny. I've never even seen an interview with him, right? I just know of him. And so I don't know what his personality is like. And mind you, so far we've met a plethora of personalities. And so when we get there, really nice neighborhood. He lives in a beautiful place, really nice neighborhood. And we fucking pull up, and it felt like Cribs. He's just like, oh, come on in.
Yeah.
It just felt like fucking MTV Cribs. And the moment you walk through the door, there's a fucking like creeping on a come up plaque or something on the wall. And we're like, oh shit.
We have arrived.
Yeah, this is dope, right? And so we didn't talk to the other people there very long. There was other people like, in the other room and shit, but like just like every place, and mind you, Kenny doesn't know we're Beyond the Harmony yet. Just like every place, everybody's super nice to us. There's plaques on the fucking wall, and we go into the little Black Hole studio. It's got it all lit up, all the equipment's there. The fucking, you could see, you're like, oh shit, there's like guitars, there's the wah-wah voice box, and RC grabs a seat next to him, and me and Matt sit on the couch, and like, I think me and Matt just knew at that moment. We're just sitting next to each other, and we just keep looking at each other. And I think we knew we were like, this is about to be fucking dope, right? like we're just feeling it. And Kenny is the nicest motherfucker alive, bro. Right? Like just such a fucking happy dude. And he's so happy that we're there and we want to talk to him. And so we're just asking him fan questions, right? We're just going in, asking stuff, and he's just telling us, and we're like, dude, this is so fucking cool. And so at some point, I don't know when, but like, we kind of like dropped the bomb, like, hey, do you know what Beyond the Harmony is? And he's like, oh yeah, right? Which was the consensus everywhere we go, right? Oh, shout out to Giulios in the fucking building. Giulio says Turkey is 10 hours ahead, Cecil. Shout out to my man Giulio. So I think he's probably a little behind if he's just hearing that part now. But it comes up, we're Beyond the Harmony. Everybody fucking has loved that we're Beyond the Harmony so far. And he's like, that's cool. I've listened to it a bunch. Like he's very good about it. And then the moment that I think it's cool, right? What we're doing is cool. We haven't really heard much yet. We're just talking to him. Everything's cool. Now he knows we're the media. That's cool. And he picks up this pink guitar and he goes, yeah, man, this is the guitar that I played the Thuggish Ruggish Bone notes on. And he just, beow, 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 beow. And I swear to God, you could just like feel the happiness, emotion, like submerge the three of us in such a fucking way that like I'm cheesing. I'm trying not to cheese. You know me, John. I'm usually playing it cool no matter what. I've been in rooms with legends and just played it cool as fuck. I'm cheesing. I can't help it. Like on the fucking guitar. So I'm like elbowing Matt, dude. Like I'm like, and Matt's like looking at me like, motherfucker, I know what's going on. You ain't gotta elbow me. Shit. But it was like, I don't know. That moment happened and it was like electrifying. And mind you, like we had just done the Crossroads Church. So we're all like kind of overtaken by this like childhood, like there it is in front of us emotion. And now Kenny McCloud is playing the fucking shit on the guitar. He's like, that's the guitar I did it on. And he plays it. And we're just like,
I've never been speechless quite like that. Like to be around someone who created something that's such, you know, the rapping and the lyrics is half of it, but the other half of it is the music, you know. And to go from Dawn to to Kenny is but no, like Cecil almost pushed me off the couch. He was pushing me. So
I was pumped.
It was a transcendent.
Every time Kenny like turns and looks at his screen, RC just like turns and looks at me wide-eyed and just lips shit like, holy fuck. Like every time Kenny looked away, it's just RC locking eyes with me like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And did he demonstrate the no surrender machine?
He didn't, because something tells me it's a bunch to set up, but but he, you know, he's like, that's the one from Versus. He's like, mine is in like some museum or something in his hometown, the original No Surrender one, but he did have the one from Versus there.
But RC and I saw him do that at Versus. Like RC and I were both there.
Wow.
So we saw him use it. But and he said, Cecil, I'm sure you're gonna get into this, but he said Busy's the one that got him the spot at Versus.
Yeah, Busy's like the homie.
Yeah.
He's gonna come on the show, so I'm not gonna tell any of his story, but like him and Busy are still like A1 day one locked in motherfuckers. And I guess, you know, I don't know what kind of weight like Busy had to throw at Versus, but I guess he had enough that he was like, hey man, Kenny McCloud's opening this motherfucker, and he did.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the documentary while you were there, or did you watch it afterwards? The Kenny McCloud Thuggish Ruggish Bone documentary?
Well, we'd all seen it. I think Matt, had you seen it as well, Matt, when RC said
No, but we got the full breakdown.
Yeah.
Commentary, like it was like watching the director's cut.
Yeah, RC and I had already seen it, but like Matt said, you're getting it with the director commentary, so it's like watching a totally different thing because there's shit that he
That's right.
couldn't or whatever wouldn't say in the thing that he's giving us like the play-by-play, and we're like, oh my God, this is fucking, you know, so it's dope. But before that even happens, right? Now, mind you, we're hammering him with questions at this point. Like, this is a barrage. Like, you remember playing Mario Brothers and the jumping fucking hammer throwing fucking boss monkey things?
The
Right?
Hammer Brothers?
Yes, yes, we are the Hammer Brothers, okay? And he is absorbing, and
He was loving it though.
he was, dude. He
I didn't feel like we were harassing him.
Nah.
Like borderline.
I
He
think
loved it.
I think he was like, here are three guys that really appreciate what the fuck I've done, and like when we would say shit, and he's like, y'all really know your shit. I think this is before we dropped on him that we're you know, Beyond the Harmony. He's like, y'all really know your shit, you know, like he could tell we weren't average. And then I'm like, hey, man. Because, no, this is what happens. No, I think I asked him about, what the fuck is
Was it Strictly for My Grind?
Yeah, I think I asked him about Strictly for My Grind before he even opens the 94 things. Something,
Oh man.
something made me ask, but he didn't really know what the fuck I was talking about, right? And then I think I play a little bit of it on the phone or whatever, but like this kind of all at this point seems to kind of just go over his head because he's busy telling us other stuff. So then he goes, I got all the recordings. He goes, y'all want to hear the recordings? And we're like, of what? He goes, the 94s, because RC's like poking around like about the 94 thing, but like we don't come right out. And he's like, I got him. Y'all want to hear him? And we're like, it felt like one of those TV shows. Yes, like all three of us, like, you know, and the whole thing felt like a TV show. And so he pulls them all up, and then we're looking on this screen. And as you look on the fucking screen, all his recordings, he had them all in one session. So he opens one session and all the songs he recorded for fucking Creeping on a Come Up are now on the screen. And he's like, yeah, these were reels and I had them converted and woo, woo, woo. And we're just like, yo, like we have arrived, you know? It before he even hits play, we're just like, it feels like, you know, in Pulp Fiction, every time they open the briefcase and every single person that looks at the briefcase is just like, motherfucker. Like, that's what it felt like, bro.
Yeah.
When knowing that as soon as he hits that space bar, we're going to be hearing 94 shit.
Did you detect any variation in what you heard, or did it pretty much sound like it was on the CD?
I'm trying to give room for one of them to talk.
I want to save it for the interview, but I would have gone just for that. If you could have put that in my head that I knew what I was going to witness there that night, I would have gone just for that.
Short answer, they were different.
For sure.
Just so you know, it exists.
They were definitely what would be considered like pre-release versions. And he'll get into it in his interview, but essentially all the songs ended up kind of, I think, being re-recorded because they were initially recorded at the Black Hole, and I think they get re-recorded somewhere else. So we're hearing Thuggish Ruggish Bone. He's like, oh, it's unmixed, but it's more than it's unmixed. Like, yeah, it's unmixed, but like it's definitely like different versions. And he's like just skimming through it, and you hear shit that you expect, you know, Thuggish Ruggish Bone, I think Creeping on a Come Up. But then
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, then he plays some beat that he's like, yeah, this didn't end up getting used, or at least he didn't think it did, but we thought we could hear vocals like lowly in it. But he's like, yeah, this beat didn't get used. And it brought us into the conversation over beats because it was a little more like West Coast funky. And he goes, yeah, man. He goes, you know, that's what the fuck. He goes, you know, Bone is who gave us the ideas for the beats. Like they made, you know, the sounds and I'm being very general right now for a reason. He goes, because you know, he's like, I was in like, you know, we was doing funk and shit like that. So he's like, West Coast producers, and just keep this in mind again. He's like, West Coast producers didn't know how to make them motherfucking Bone beats. Like Bone is who showed us how to make those Bone beats. So I think that beat didn't get used because it was a little more West Coast. It had like a little bit of Bone shit going on, but it was more West Coast. And he's skimming through, and then was it on the actual beat when he first starts playing it? Was it on the Strictly for My Grind beat? Yeah. So he pushes play, and it's fucking Strictly for My Grind, and then again, you just felt the fucking room, boy. Except this time, like instead of pure, like excitement, like the room feels with just like pure, just like, oh my God, we gotta fucking, you know, hit him with the questions, right? So it's fucking No Shorts, No Losses, and I'm like, all right, it's Strictly for My Grind, and I'm like, okay. So like everybody's like always kind of thought that this was the original No Shorts, No Losses, and I don't think he's like really paying attention to the names. He's like, well, he's like, this beat, he's like, this beat, I made this beat because I didn't like the original beat, and he fucking mutes the track and unmutes the track, and it's fucking the No Shorts, No Losses beat. And he's like, yeah, I didn't really like this beat. They ended up using it. And we're like, our minds are exploding simultaneously to like, yeah, we've always thought it. Yeah, Cold Blooded did the thing that like made us believe it, but like he confirms it. And not only that, but he confirms like both beats are his. The fucking Strictly For My Grind beat is also his. He knows Space Hog. Space Hog recorded at his studio, the whole shit. And so we're like mind burstingly blown. And then first of all, there's a Wishbone verse on it, right? So we're all like, what the fuck is this?
A Wishbone verse.
Yeah, so we're all like, what the fucking fuck is this? But then I bring up, or somebody, I think RC brought up the two verses earlier in the night when we first asked him about the song. And like I said, when we first asked him, I don't think he knew what the fuck was, we were asking about. So
yeah, he doesn't know the names, he just knows his work.
Right. So he's just like, yeah. So he confirms it's the original No Shorts, No Losses. It was recorded during Creeping on a Come Up. Like I said, I think a lot of the songs end up getting re-recorded. So I don't know why all their verses change, for the Eternal album version. But the end of the fucking song comes. And then it does this crazy thing. And this must have got cut out because Space Hog wouldn't have been able to use elements of No Shorts, No Losses. Because it starts to do this beat juggle between the Strictly From My Grind beat and the No Shorts, No Losses beat. And he's like beat juggling back and forth to him. And the fucking members of Bone come in and they start doing this 5-piece harmony at the end of the song. And we're like, what the fuck is going on here? like, what the fuck are we hearing? And he's like, yeah, man, I went to Tamika with that. And he's like, but she didn't really seem interested in doing anything with it. And we end up telling him how it's, released on the Space Hog thing. And that's like a whole nother story. But yeah, bro. And then there was another song that he played for us that ended up on Eternal.
Land of the Heartless.
Yeah. And that was a Creeping on a Come Up session. He said these are the first, I think it was 12 songs that they recorded. So yeah, that was a Creeping on a Come Up song as well.
Did he give you an idea of the, you had the 10-track theory? Was he saying there might have been a 9-track theory or?
Well, he had like 12 songs by himself. And like, I know Buddha Love was a Creeping on a Come Up song. That wasn't on there. Mr. Ouija's not on there. So they recorded, like they've always said, they recorded a lot during Creeping on a Come Up.
And Strictly For My Grind, that's a Kenny McCloud beat for sure. Like he's the one that
Both
actually made that beat.
He didn't like the No Shorts, No Losses beat. He makes the beat, they record the fucking vocals over it, and then he decides, I don't like this beat, and just takes the acapella and creates the No Shorts, No Losses beat over it.
Wow.
And he just fucking boom, unmutes it like it ain't shit, right? He's like, oh yeah, this, and mutes the fucking No Shorts, No Losses beat and unmutes that one. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Did he have to kick you guys out?
Well, he got a client. But even the client, Kenny was having such a good time. Like we would have left that second. Kenny made his client wait 30, 40 minutes.
Wow. It's just amazing that he was there at the time. Like, hey, can we come up in 20 minutes? And he just happened to be there.
Dude, RC, bro.
Oh man, RC and the universe conspired to make that happen. But no, like I was going out of my way to read the room to make sure we weren't. And once the client had been waiting a while, I did elbow Cecil back, and I was like, the last thing we want to do is. It's always better to leave before with something left unsaid to make room for chapter 2, right? But we had already gotten so much information. But he kept talking to us, But he's like super active and like currently, he plays like in funk bands like right now. So like that's definitely his passion. So that's something important to point out too. So if anyone's into funk, definitely look up wherever he's playing now.
Matt, it's 9:24 right now. If we can get $50 in super chats in the next 6 minutes, would you do an extra 30 minutes?
You guys think they can get $50 together in 6 minutes?
Now they got 5 minutes. $50 in super chats in the next 5 minutes, and we'll see. Only 30 minutes.
We've got what, like 40 people?
Yeah.
So if everyone does $1.10,
there you go. There you go. I love it. That would be great. But so yeah, Matt, it was the right time. It was the right thing. And dude, we're glazing the story because we're fucking cheesing.
I've never quite. You guys have heard me say this many times. Don't ever meet your heroes. It wasn't like that with
Shout out Cold Blooded, $10.
Cold Blooded in the house. Appreciate you, Cold. It was great to see you again too, even though it was 90 degrees outside and we were both our fair complexion.
JoCal with $100 super chat right behind it.
Joe, you're supposed to slow roll it, man. I love you. But like, it wasn't like that with Kenny. Like, I think towards the end he realized the gravity of what that meant to us. I don't know if it.
Eli
agreed. Strangers in his house.
Eli agreed with a $50 super chat. Santana with a $5 super chat.
Man, everyone's coming through now. Appreciate you guys, Santana, Eli. But like, I didn't get that feeling. Like when I've met other people in the past, I just, I knew, I saw it coming. It wasn't like that with Kenny. Maybe because I didn't really appreciate, or none of us really understood the role he played. Or I sure didn't have a good grasp of it, which I felt guilty about, honestly, afterwards, to tell you the truth. But the feeling I got and felt very reciprocal when I told him, like how much his music means to everybody was really, really like the highlight for me, for sure.
Yeah. And I didn't know his contributions, and we're not going to get into them here because he did agree that he would come on the show and do an interview, and it's going to be we got to do these soon. And so you guys' season 6 probably just got like some overtime in it instead of an episode a month. Like there's no way for me to squeeze in all the fucking craziness. There was no way before this happened and since his LA trip. So anyway, he agrees. He had just got the key to his city. John Lippy with a $2 super chat. He had just got the fucking key to his city. They made a Kenny McCloud day down there.
Yeah, that's Union City, Tennessee. He let us hold the key. He went and got it and showed us. He was so proud.
Oh, he was so cool. Yeah.
By the way, what day do you remember, John? We said this day is forever.
Yeah, July 9th. I wrote it down.
July 9th.
July 9th is
a week ago today.
It's forever Beyond the Harmony Day. This was
I put it on my calendar.
The most epic, dude.
Bro, and this day, this July 9 day, you guys had lunch with Donald, spoke with Giulio.
We did K-Chill interview first, remember?
Yeah.
K-Chill interview.
Cecil, remember I had to argue you into doing the interview in the morning?
Yeah, for sure. I was like, I don't know.
Peer pressure you.
It was the time for everybody to watch it, but actually a lot of people still tuned in.
Great turnout.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, John, like the day, Thursday after, and this is coming off of going to the Star of Fame the day before.
Right.
Like seeing everybody who's everybody.
And meeting the Bone7, which, to your average Bone fan may not matter, but to a Beyond the Harmony listener or us, like that was like a fucking huge moment.
Surreal.
So into a time, I'd stay on Kenny forever, but we're getting Kenny back.
No, it's all right. We're getting him on. That is the nuts and bolts of it.
That day, that was definitely a special moment. I loved all the messages you guys sent me. And Matt even left a cool message in the Discord, like an audio message. So rapping Thursday, actually the previous day, that skipping the after party.
John,
did you guys
he
get any
played
stories about that?
Thuggish Ruggish Bone on the Thuggish Ruggish Bone guitar in front of us.
Bro, I pictured
Pair graphics with a $2 super chat.
Yeah, when those notes happen, bro, I envisioned like, the music, the frequencies of the tones and the magic of the room. I just figured something must have happened to you guys that night. Like I feel like Kenny blessed you guys with
RC
some
got him to
kinda-
replay it, and we're hoping that he got it on camera. RC tried to film it. I think he got it, but RC got him to replay it.
Yeah, and just think all of this happened because the Crossroads Church was closed.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, and Giulio had jet lag from Turkey, a 10-hour time difference. Like that wouldn't happen had you were going to meet up with Giulio that day, right?
Right. Right.
So that actually worked out perfect.
Yes. Oh, but you're about to hear the continuation of perfect. So
I just wanted to know though, did you hear anything about the after party that you guys skipped on? Like, did you guys?
yeah, we heard it was
of any-
great, and there were people there that were like, "Oh, I thought you were coming." And when I eventually talked to Layzie reminded me again, like, "I told you, just show up, bro." So yeah, but I'm glad we didn't go. We needed that sleep because this was a big day, right? July 9th was a big day, and so it was pretty late at this point. I thought this was the day that we went to Matt's thing, but I guess not. His food. I thought this was the day we went to vegan chicken.
It was
After Donald.
before Donald, I think.
So where did you go after Kenny's?
No, I thought it was after Kenny we went to vegan chicken, but Matt thought it was on night one, but I didn't think it was.
I dragged you guys there a second time. One was late
Right,
at night.
right. Yeah. The second time though was like,
I thought it was after dawn.
It was before or after dawn, but it was definitely that day, July 9th.
I mean, I'm sorry. It was after
And actually, you know what? I bought my girl something from that little spot. I got the receipt right here. It was July 9th at 2:31.
and right, because we
And
did a
Dawn
daytime
afterwards.
trip there and we did a nighttime trip there.
yeah, so it was after Kenny. It was after Bone7 Roscoe's, and then it was after Kenny.
So,
So 2 days in a row.
So yeah, so we do that, and then we say, even if we could put, first of all, it's now late, right? Again, it's let's say it's midnight. That's 3 a.m. to me. So Layzie and I have only talked a little bit. Donald Cunningham's on the list. I still can't get confirmation that we're on the list, but he quickly puts Don on the list. So I message the boss and I'm just like, hey man, I just checking in about tomorrow, woo, this and that. He goes, oh yeah, we filming a video at 12, so y'all pull up. I'm like, oh shit. Now, mind you, we're going to do the Bone sightseeing tour of fucking California the next day, but that was a filler. That was just set up as a filler. So immediately we're like, oh, that's it, bro. Like the boss is calling, this is what we came for. We got to be there at 12. It's almost 2 hours away. Now remember, Giulio had set up for us for the next day for like some breakfast. But we basically were like, we're going to have to make the decision not to go because we got to go to Layzie. So we're set up, we sleep, we do the thing, we get up, we're fucking driving. I go, I'm going to check in with Layzie. I check in with Layzie and Layzie goes, yeah, we're going to do 3:00, bro, because Kurrupt can't come till later and we're going to film the Kurrupt video. So I'm like, fuck, right? And we're driving on the interstate. It's like, fuck, what are we going to do for 3 hours? I'm not going to say the area, but Giulio had given us the area the day before. Fucking RC looks up and he goes, this is probably the exit for where Giulio lives right here. And I'm like, get off it, right? I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, what are the chances that Lib21 with a $20 super chat, 5 minutes behind on the live, better late than never. Fuck yeah. I'm like, what are the chances that we're on the interstate headed to this fucking show 2 hours away? Layzie Bone moves the time, and the moment he moves the time, look up, and there's the exit. So we jump off the exit, and just like, because I never confirmed with him because I thought we were going to have to cancel. So I never actually confirmed that we're going to come. I messaged Giulio, hey man, this happened. We were supposed to meet Layzie, but he pushed it back. We gotta be to him about 3:00. But I think we're in your area if you can meet. He said, oh yeah, that'd be great. This is the address. Come on over to my house. We're like, oh, this is now we've been invited into fucking Kenny McCloud's house and Giulio's house. And just like Kenny McCloud, I go, we're 20 minutes away. So we pull up on Giulio. And for me, you know, I've known him so long now. And you know, at this point, I consider him a friend after talking to him for 8 years. And we pull up. He lives in a beautiful fucking area in California. Beautiful. And way up high, you know, and he's got a very nice house, and he comes out on the porch, and I just see him for the first time, and I'm like, this is fucking surreal to me. This is like seeing something on TV, you know, knowing the guy as long as I have. And he was just so friendly and invited us right into his fucking house, man.
Wow. Is that when you sent me the pictures that I got all messed up in Voxer because I couldn't read the tiles of all the plaques, or were those Kenny's plaques?
Okay, yeah. So we just sit in his like the aesthetics of his place, so cool.
Amazing.
Yeah. Just full of cool stuff, but like artsy, like I don't know how to describe it. Like upscale, but like you could tell he wasn't like trying to be like a Richie like guy, but like more upscale, but like eclectic. Like I don't know. It was a really, really cool vibe.
Some oddities and curiosities.
Yeah. And so we just talked to him, and I'm not going to share a bunch of it, but what I am going to say is like, he goes, yeah, we're off the record, and this is just four friends talking, right? And we were like, absolutely. And so we have a very, you know, much like many Beyond the Harmony, Skull and Crossroads moments, you know, we have a moment we're kind of going to take to the grave. And we just talk about some really cool, you know, ruthless Bone stuff. And he kind of gives us like, you know, follow-ups and pieces of his interview that, you know, when he was like, hey, I'm going to save some mystery, we got a little more of it. And I don't know, it was a very enjoyable thing. Like him and Donald, so different, you know, and they worked on the same team. So you just don't know what it's going to be like. And that's one of those scenarios, I'm sure they would agree, that like you literally describe them as like the yin to the yang.
Might be why it works so good.
Definitely.
You know, we got a little yin yang going, and a band. So, well, did you guys discuss the Giulio's first time being on the show, like when he was on the show all those years ago?
Yeah,
and recapping and
yeah.
reflecting.
He couldn't believe it was 8 years. Anytime I tell somebody it's been 8 years, they're like, "Holy shit!" So yeah, and then he, you know, just at the end, he goes, I mean, we talked about really cool shit about the art and about Ruthless and a different, he's like, you know, you should talk to this person and that person. And he's just so nice. What a nice fucking guy, man. Just so inviting, you know, to invite 3 strangers into your house. Like, you know, and, you know, he lives with his kid and stuff. Like, you know, it's like obviously he had like, you know, a trust there for us, which I really appreciate, that we were able to earn his trust and respect, you know, just on the internet over 8 years. And then he's like,
I think another super important part when talking about Giulio, again, thank you, Giulio, for still here. They didn't treat us like we were talking about something from 1994.
Mm-hmm.
They treated it like it was important to us. They didn't act like, I don't know, man, that was a long time ago. They talked to us like it was current events. Just to us, right? They could tell it's our passion, and so they treated that with respect. No one was condescending. Everyone was excited to talk to us, maybe because they can see our excitement about it. But Julia was so patient with our just complete wackadoodle questions.
On that, okay, good. So
he was so
I just want to make sure. Yeah, you took advantage of the
everybody,
opportunity.
You already know.
Everybody was cool with us being wackadoo questions. Dawn, Kenny, everybody took the fucking Beyond the Harmony wackadoo questions.
Mm.
You know, and like gave us true like excitement for us, and like really like, you know, everybody just gave us really good conversations. Like he said, nobody treated it just kind of like, oh yeah, let's talk about, you know, your fucking childhood fucking favorite rap group. You fucking, you know, like everybody really treated it like, hey, this is awesome that you guys are doing it. And yeah, man, just a great time with Giulio. Again, coming off of the, you know, the other side of it of, you know, meeting Donald, and we're rushing through the fucking, you know, we're rushing through the, like, the little market, look, you know, walking after him with like the fucking secret bag. And now we're like in Giulios house. It's just a completely different contrast. And so, yeah, man, really fucking cool conversation. Great guy. I'm so happy that like we made sure we talked to him, and I've stayed in contact with him. And, you know, I mean, like I said, man, I consider the guy a friend. Absolutely. And it was a pleasure to be there. And we were really honored he invited us. We met his daughter. She's who took the picture, so all four of us could be in the picture. And she was such a sweet kid. And you could just, you know, certain people you can just tell like this kid's smart. And you could tell she was like an intelligent kid. And then he goes, you know, let me show you the art room. Or I think that happened. We saw the art room, then met his daughter. But anyway, brings us into the art room, and he's got giant poster printer, and he's got the plaques on the wall, dude. And so now we've Kenny McCloud's, and we've seen plaques, and now we're fucking at Giulio seeing his plaques, dude. Eazy-e plaque, Bone Thugs and Harmony plaques. Awesome.
So off you get. So you did your Giulio time. You had to make sure you were there by 3 to meet up with Layzie. Is that the chronology correctly, or was there something in between?
Nope, we're cranking now to meet fucking Layzie. RC's crushing it going through traffic. We get there, we park, we see JoCal, right? And so $5 super chat from Mortal's Foe. Thank you, brother. Shout out to Beyond the Harmony. You guys are bone for real. Thank you, bro. So yeah, you know, we're telling JoCal like, hey man, you know, we see him, and you know,
walking down the street.
Yeah, he's walking towards the venue, right? We're in fucking Anaheim now. And
you just randomly see JoCal.
Well, we knew he was going to the show, right? But it's just like the timing, right? JoCal's walking, so we pop out, what up, right? For me and Matt, especially, like this is like a Skull and Crossroads Society like reunion, right? Beyond the Harmony weekend. And you know, we fucking see him, we're telling him the Giulio shit, right? And we meet China Bone from the fucking Discord, and before I knew Layzie was gonna get us in, he had got us all on a list. So we meet him and everything, and then Layzie, I hit Layzie, and he's like, yeah, man, where are y'all? I was like, up front. He's like, come out back. Da-da-da-da. So, you know, we're going out back, and I go, JoCal, you want to go? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, you're in Beyond the Harmony, right? So we get to the back, and they, you know, we're waiting, and they let us in, and the door opens, and it's like, there it is, man. Layzie and K-Chill are sitting on a fucking bench, a camera in front of them, and they're recording a scene for the God's Plan music video as we're like walking the fuck in. And it's like, oh shit, like the hits just don't stop coming in this motherfucker, right? And you know, so we come through, and it's me, RC, Matt, and brand new Beyond the Harmony fucking correspondent JoCal. And you know, they record their little scene, and you know, we meet Layzie Bone, and now we're in it, boy. Now we're just fucking hanging. Hours and hours before the show. This is hours before the venue even opens.
Was Kurrupt there by that point?
No. By this point, it's pretty limited who's there. It's basically K-Chill and Layzie, right? But people start to slowly funnel in. One of the first people to funnel in. Oh, by the way, and I'm not gonna. We end up. We're hungry. There's a fucking car show happening in the middle of the street. So we walk through this crazy car show, and we go with K-Chill and K-Chill's whole crew. from the show, from the
From St. Clair.
yeah, but the ones that came to the his entourage from the podcast.
Airbnb.
So
Yeah.
they're with him, and we all go to Del Taco, right? So Beyond the Harmony and the K Chill posse, we all go to fucking Del Taco, right? And the Bone shit just keeps going. Like, we're playing Bone in the Del Taco. So we do that, and we come back, and we get back, and people
Was
start.
Del Taco any good though? Like, how was Del Taco?
I thought it was dog shit, but
Dog shit. Did anybody get anything funny? Anything worth mentioning? Any? Did Matt have
It was
did
a
they have
logistics
anything?
thing, John. Getting that many adults to all agree to go somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have never picked
was-
this fucking thing. But let's get
It
off
was
Del
a 5
Taco.
minute.
Yeah. Okay.
We
Sorry.
got 15 minutes. Fuck Del Taco.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get back to it. People start funneling in. One of the first people to fucking funnel in, I think was that one of the first people? Was it Mike Smoov that was one of the first people?
Yeah, Mike's move.
One of the first fucking people. And if y'all don't know who that is, he was around longer than I thought. Like, his initial appearances are on Heaven's Movie and Mo Thugs 3. But he's been around since the Ruthless days. He tells us all these Eazy stories. Like, he knew Eazy, all this shit. And he's telling us all these stories. And he agrees he's going to come on the show. He's really vibing. RC fucking, RC, again, RC is out here really playing hard, boy. They put a fucking bracelet on RC, and like, RC's like, y'all ain't coming through these doors? We got a fucking bracelet, you guys. What the fuck are you doing? Like, you guys are just gonna sit here? RC was like, yo, y'all don't understand. We have a golden bracelet. He's not saying this shit. This is just how RC's acting. He's like, you got a golden bracelet, pussy. Like, let's go through some golden doors. And so, RC's just talking to everybody. And, he basically lines it up, and then, lines up me and Mike to talk. Me and Mike are now fucking talking. I'm kind of giving him like a mini view. Like, everybody we talk to kind of gets the mini interview the whole weekend. But he agrees he'll come on the show. He's like, boy, when I come on the show, we're breaking the fucking internet. And I was like, let's go, So he agrees to come on. And then Menenski was there. Menenski pulls up with his whole bike club. So Menenski's there. Sloan is there. I don't know if Matt wants to tell the Sloan story or not.
Oh, I've met Sloan many times. He just like after the show, over the years, many times. He's always really, really cool. Always very open to talk, and always really laid back.
Yeah. So Matt kind of bridges that gap, and I think he kind of asked me, like, when's my interview? Right to Matt. And so Matt was
Yeah,
like,
I can't wait to have him on.
yeah,
He's
Matt,
great.
Matt's like, yeah, let's do it when. He's like, tomorrow.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah,
Matt wisely tells him, like, hey, we're not ready for that. We want to put together a great interview for you. So I end up talking to him a bunch, and so he's gonna come on the show. He had actually agreed prior to this. Sloan and I had talked a little bit, I think, on like our TikToks, like grown men would. And
yes.
but then
Grown
like
men fashion.
yeah, but then like Matt personally sets it up, and me and him talk. And so now, mind you, now we're at the Kenny McCloud, Mike Smoov, Sloan Bone, all locked in to come on the show. And as this is happening, a bigger music video breaks out. Now Layzie's recording for the Dash project, and he's recording the song with Kurrupt. Fucking Menenski's motorcycle club is in the background. Big cameras. There's a fucking huge crowd. And a Sprinter shows up, and Kurrupt pops out. So now Kurrupt's there. Fucking RC's running into DJ Unique. He's running into fucking everybody. And RC's running up on anybody that's anybody. It didn't matter. RC was running up on him, right? And
Wishbone too at some point.
Everybody. Kaipo's there, Ken Dog's there, Menenski.
You get to say hi to Kaipo at all? Or
Oh
is he
yeah,
too
oh
busy?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
yeah. I saw Kaipo a bunch. He looked exhausted. He looked as tired as we did. But yeah, no, we see Kaipo. He's chilling. K Chill's chilling. And Sloan, we tell him what we're doing there and shit. And he said, oh, y'all come up on the stage if you want. So, we end up during Sloan's set, we record a bunch of Sloan's set because he shows us love. And then this is where it starts to get wild. Okay. So we know Layzie's like, yeah, y'all can go on, record whatever you want, right? But mind you, there's no list. All we got is the gold bracelet. A lot of people got the gold bracelet. This fucking thing don't mean shit. And so we're out there for Sloan. RC gets kicked off the fucking stage like 3 times because Bone's getting ready to come on. Every time RC's just like, yeah, fuck it, gold bracelet, sneaks back in. So the 3 of us are split the fuck up in the chaos of, y'all gotta, everybody clear out. Bone Thugs and Harmony, so y'all clear out. And so RC keeps making it back. Matt keeps making it back. They clear out this walkway to bring Bone through. And I'm in the fucking walkway. And I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do, right? And if y'all haven't heard me say it on the show, like, I'm a big motherfucker. So I'm like, all right, are they more likely to look left or are they more likely to look right? And I look to the left and I'm like, there's nowhere to go there. But to the right, there's like this area and it goes down and there's like a trash can. So I take my big self, I go down there, I just kneel down by the trash can and I'm just chilling. And prior to this, I don't know this, but JoCal and I think RC and maybe even Matt are in the area where Bone does the prayer. I'm not there because I'm pushed up in this other room. And I'm just fucking filming. And now that it starts to fill up with whoever Bone wants with him. And I'm filming and Bone just enters the shit. And like, I'm like, wow, this is dope, right? I see Wish enter. They all just enter. And I'm like, this is fucking dope. So they make their way to the fucking stage. I have no idea, by the way, where JoCal is, where Matt is, where RC. I don't even know if they're going to make it. Because at this point, I'm like, yeah, I just fucking hid to be here. They're not going to make it. All of a sudden, we're all together, like making our way to the fucking stage, right? And so we all just end up on fucking, I guess it'd be the left of the stage if you're on the stage. And we were kind of spread out from each other, but not really. But as the night progressed, we all end up with each other on stage. And it was so, I kept saying to JoCal, I'm like, JoCal gave us a $50 super chat, by the way, and said, I appreciate it, fellas. We appreciate him because just like Matt and I enjoying RC, I think for Matt and I, like, it was so cool. Like, I kept like saying to JoCal, I'm like, hey, is this how you pictured your night going? Huh? Is this how you pictured your night going, buddy? And he's like, no. So it was just so fun for us to like sit back. Like, it was great for us too, but it was so fun for us to sit back and watch JoCal.
Well, that was the highlight of my day, man. And he's giving me a hard time in the chat right now, but I kept putting him to work.
Yeah.
I was like, hold this gimbal. And he's like,
yeah.
I was like, no, it's fine. And so I would be whipping out batteries and having him hold one thing in one hand, and I held 2 things in 2 hands. And so he actually made my life way easier all day. That's definitely not what he signed up for, but it's what he got.
Yeah.
So it's up to him whether that was worth getting to be on stage with Beyond the Harmony or not. But he blended in real well.
I put him to work too. We were on the fucking stage and I went live from our YouTube, and then I had to use my camera too. And so I gave him the phone.
It was great having him there. Yeah.
Yeah. I gave him the phone. I said, you're doing the live, right? And so
and so anybody that was watching our live, that was actually courtesy of JoCal.
Yeah, like 90% of it, because once I switch off with him, right? I'm like, all right, I'll start holding it. But then the second time I totally forget. And I look over and Joe's holding it with his right hand, holding his elbow with his left hand. His arm is just shaking because I've had him holding the camera for fucking 40 minutes. And I was like, oh shit. So I take it from JoCal and, finish the night out. But it was, the dog might go crazy. Mrs. West just got here. So yeah, but the shit ends. We're with JoCal. The crowd is clearing out. We've met all our super, famous new Bone friends. And we were up there too. K Chill's crew was with us on the stage. So it was just like, it was fucking really cool. And the place was packed. This place was fucking packed to the brim, boy.
Super sold out. But yeah, that's important too. Like interviewing K Chill and having his crew there, and then the next day being next to them on stage, and we got to talk to them all day that day, hanging out outside. That was really cool to be able to get to know all of them so well. Because then during the interview, it was business. Boom, boom, boom. There's so much work that goes in, especially a live in-person episode. So the next day to be able to have more of a chill, was really nice.
Shout out to HD, man. He said, much love, y'all, from Inglewood, California, Bone7x. Shout out to the Bone7, bro. Those are my people.
Appreciate HD. I had a great time chilling on Saturday.
Yeah, so, we get the fuck out after that, right? I guess we could have found something to do, but again, like we're pacing ourselves, like, cause we're exhausted and still trying to pace ourselves. So we decided to get out after that. We walk out with JoCal, show him some love. The fans are great. No problems. Bone fans are always fucking great. Everybody's showing love. At that show too, I ran into, just some of the more known Bone fans and shit. And, that was cool. It was cool the whole time. Like people getting to meet me and realize I'm Cecil West, was dope. So we do the show, your regular Bone set. There was nothing out of the average there. Eli said, what's the newfound respect for Busy?
For just to point out, like for most people, like most of the time seeing Layzie and Kurrupt shoot a music video would have been like the highlight of the day. And it was kind of like, oh yeah, Layzie and Kurrupt.
Well, dude, it's because shit just kept happening. It was like, we're filming a K Chill and fucking, as you walk in, K Chill and Layzie, and you're like, oh, okay. And now here's Mike Smoov. Oh, okay. Oh, here's fucking Menenski, and here's fucking,
RC finding DJ Unique.
Yeah. Like there's all these people. There's even like a big like influencer named Crip Mac. Crip Mac was there. So we're meeting all these people, and then it's like literally across the way, you just like look over and you're like, oh, what's that commotion? Oh, it's Layzie Bone filming a fucking video with Menenski's biker club. And then the Sprinter pulls in. It's like things just kept fucking happening. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. There was a couple times, Eli, that I feel like we got this new respect. One of them was at the Walk of Fame when he shouted out Tamika.
Yeah.
And then he ended his speech with tip your
waitress.
Tip your waitress. And I was just like, I don't know why that's so cool, but I was like, that's so fucking cool that he would use this platform because, that's like a thing, right? Tip your waitress. And I just thought that was cool. So, and then
making the beats with his mouth.
Yeah, but I don't want to get into any of that. Yeah. The other respect would be, we'll get into it in the Kenny interview, but yeah, I got a lot of, new
more
respect
to come.
for
stay tuned.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Coming soon. So we do the Bone show, just your average Bone set, but it was like, this was ThugCon for us, right? This is, I met Tiny, got to, I shook Tiny's hand. It was like, hey, Tiny, Cecil West from Beyond the Harmony. And she was very, very nice to me. She was filming a bunch of tipping with Tiny there. So a lot was going on, bro. Like Tiny's filming shit. They're filming shit. This is fucking happening. We're meeting all these fucking people. RC's getting us fucking different shout outs from people. There's all kinds of cool shout outs that we have. And just a lot is going on. So this was like ThugCon for us. So when that was done, it was late. It wasn't like incredibly late, but by the time we were going to get home, it was pretty late. And it was like, let's just get the fuck out. Let's get some sleep. Because mind you, this is Friday night. The next morning, we're checking out and we are homeless until Matt and I fly out at 5 a.m. So, we just go home. The next day, we know we're going to finally meet, the Bone7.
Just real quick on that ride back though, were you guys like just too tired to reflect, or in that ride were you just thinking like, holy smokes, man, this trip is crazy and it's going to get even crazier tomorrow?
I feel like the three of us were pretty reflective on every trip.
No, yeah, we regaled you with the tall tale of an all-day excursion in Garden Grove, hanging out with K-Chill's crew.
Yeah.
So no, I'm sure we left you like a super long 20-minute highlight reel.
Yeah. And I think the three of us like just conversated a lot about how cool it was that JoCal was there, and that like,
yeah,
the shit that's cool for us, we knew it was cool for Joe to just like, hey, I Beyond the Harmony. I went to Beyond the Harmony weekend. I met these guys. Like, if we wouldn't have done Beyond the Harmony weekend with him, we wouldn't have done that. Even if he was cool on the board, it's like you don't know somebody, right? I don't know if they're going to know how to fucking act when we get back here. But because we did Beyond the Harmony weekend, like we, at that point, we know Joe. Like that's our Skull and Crossroads brother, And
not even stressed to invite him to Roscoe's with Bone7. Not even stressed to say,
oh yeah, I forgot we
hold my camera rig. Like no, like I didn't even have to think twice.
One of us. So I think the three of us on the trip back, I think we were recapping everything, but I do know we spent a lot of time just talking about like how happy we were that like we got to do for somebody what's like happening for us habitually on this trip. Like all this cool shit's happening for us. And it was cool for us that like, as part of the Bone family tree now, that we got to do that cool thing for somebody.
It was JoCal or Kurrupt, the first Skull and Crossroads Society member, the 99th degree. One of the two.
Yeah, one of the two are the first, and they're the only two ever, I think, to do the 99th degree.
I seen Kurrupt in the comments or in this chat earlier. Shout out to Kurrupt and we came.
Yeah. So we're already now over, but they donated so much money and we're on the last day. We might as well wrap it. So we got the Bone7.
Power through.
Yeah, we got the Bone7 the next day. Look at Matt's face. Is like, told you, motherfuckers. So yeah, we got the next day. We're going to the Bone7. We're gonna meet fucking Layzie. We're gonna meet Big Chiz. We're gonna meet HD. And these are all people now that I've been talking to online, a bunch for months. And remember, like it was the deciding factor in us going. Like Layzie had said, come out to the Walk of Fame. I was like, I'd like to, but and then we kicked around like, all right, maybe we fly in just for that. We fly out the next fucking morning. But then when we got invited, the Bone7 shit, just like the way all this shit lines up, when I talked to Chiz enough and he invites us, I'm like, well, when is it? And when it was like the Star was on Wednesday and the Bone7 reunion is on Saturday, it's like, bro, how many signs from God are you going to turn down, before it's like, made abundantly clear that like you're supposed to be here, right? So we, literally it was the deciding thing. And again, we drive 2 hours from the Airbnb. We're now checked the fuck out. We were in a great neighborhood, by the way, in our Airbnb. I just want to say, great neighborhood, little like, just like a little area. Felt very safe and cool where we were. So, but anyway, so we check out, we get in their area. Now we're like out in like, I don't know. This felt like the desert, but there's beautiful houses and shit. Oh, Oh, before that, we had to blow some fucking time. We get some fucking food, and I'm like, I want to find some fucking record stores. We find this super cool old record store, the area we're in, and I'm looking for old Bone shit. And the whole time I'm envisioning the fucking clean version of Eternal, and I'm just like in my mind trying to like produce that I'm gonna walk into this record store in California and they're not gonna know what they have, and I'm gonna be flipping through it, and I'm just gonna fucking find it, right? And I'm just like picturing the skull and the cover, and I'm just picturing it. And we get in there, and it's like clear that it's not really like a rap place. They got a little bit of rap. I think RC found a copy of Mo Thug, Ghetto Cowboy with no CD in it. And yeah, right, what Matt said, Chaos Records and Covina. And so we're finding cool shit. It's a cool store. Matt's finding a lot of cool shit. And I bought Mrs. West stuff there. And we're getting ready to leave. And RC goes, Cecil, look. And so I go over to where he is, and I turn to my right, and I look, and on the fucking shelf is the same fucking type of skull that they used for the cover of the fucking clean version, and Eternal and all that. The one that Dawn gave me, right? You know, he told us all about it. He's like, it's just an old prop skull that was big at that time, blah, 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 blah. And we look over, bro, and there the fuck it is. And I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't specific enough when I was talking to the universe that I wanted the CD, but it produces this fucking skull. And so I had to buy it for RC. I buy that for RC, and then I think one of the employees there makes stickers, and they must have used this skull because there was a sticker, and it's the bottom jaw of the skull. And so I bought Matt that sticker, and I buy RC the skull before we go to the Bone 7. But it was like, what the fuck are the chances? And then we went to another record store. I found a Layzie Bone record and an eazy-e CD, and we get the fuck out of there, and we head to the Bone 7 reunion, and we like pull up, and like, I'm just not sure. I'm like, dude, I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to invade or whatever, you know. And we get there, and Alzy, I think, was he pulling up when we got there?
It was they were going out. It was Owzy and Mudbone.
Yeah. And so and actually Chiz left at the same time too. So Alzy, Chiz, and Mud all leave at the same time. And we don't know anybody. So I kind of just wait. I'm like, you know, I don't know what to do, whatever. And then finally we're like, all right, fuck it, let's just go in. And bro, the moment we get there, like, it's the most inviting. Few times in my life have I like gone into a place as a complete and utter stranger and been like met with so much like, you know, just hospitality and more than the hospitality, like real, you could tell like it was genuine like love and acceptance for us right out the rip. Right out the fucking gate. I mean, I don't know how they felt, but I was just like, damn, bro, like this is, they're just like allowing us to be part of this thing that's been their thing, you know, their reunion, and they've all just, and there wasn't like, remember in Belly how there's like the one hater, you know, and you know, that just is a hater. There wasn't a single hater there. Like everybody like showed us love and acceptance for being there.
And you're even downplaying it. I've never felt quite so welcomed.
Yeah.
Especially after, you know, it helped a lot that we were able to make time together after the Star of Fame, you know, because that's what all brought us together in the first place was, you know, Bone Thugs and Harmony and their journey and crossing paths with, you know, Bone 7. But to be welcomed into like their private family annual get together was, you know, unlike anything else. So super appreciate it.
Yeah, they were so good to us. And you know, we end up meeting HD, everybody I've been talking to, right? HD, Chiz, and they're just so great to us. And so, you know, us, like, we're playing it cool, but we start, asking questions, and they're all telling us like, just like how it all started. And I'm gonna drop this because I've tried to drop some bombs, but they're telling us about just how it started. This is even before how it started, before Layzie meets Layzie and shit. This is like early in it, and they're telling us the original names and and I'm like, and they're like, yeah, it wasn't always Bone7, and they're telling us the names. And I said to Layzie, I said, well, when you and Layzie met, I said, what was it then? And he goes, Bone Enterprise. And I was like, what? And I said, that was the name of y'all's group? And he goes, yeah, Bone Enterprise. And I can't remember, I don't want to give their whole name, but what was the name of the other group in the city that
Boss
made
Industries?
Yeah, so there was another group with the name Industries in it, in the Inglewood area. And so they wanted something that seemed the same way. So, they had Bone, which, they told us back, you know what it stands for? And I was like, oh yeah, Brothers Nothing Else. And they're like, nah, not originally. Originally it's beaten on every day. And I was like, oh shit. So like, that it literally, like, that's what it meant at the beginning. I thought it was Brothers or Nothing Else. And, Bone Thugs did the, the beaten and brewed out and all that. But originally that's what it was. And they were originally Bone Enterprise, and then Layzie meets Layzie, and he gets a Bone name. They go to Inglewood. Layzie meets the other members of fucking, Bone7, or at that time Bone Enterprise. And then they said he wanted to get back to Cleveland, homesick or whatever it was. And he gets back to fucking Cleveland, and y'all know the story from there, man. Tells them, hey, we got to do this Bone thing. Bone's like our family name now. Like, everybody gets a fucking Bone name, and we're going to call it Bone Enterprise. And, Layzie was the original wish. And I guess when they said they were going to name, Cecil Wish, like, they got the Layzie blessing to do it. And it's like they have their own, meaning Bone7, they have their own big family tree that goes off on so many branches. Like, if you're thinking it's like the Magnificent Eight or some shit, and there's only like a couple of them, it's not. It's like a lot of them, and they have their own thing, and they're just like, oh yeah, like Bone Thugs, like that's part of like, Layzie's branch and stuff, and then it goes off into their own thing, and they're like, Mud's got his own, and it's like, it's just crazy. And so, fucking fire barbecue, and it was the coolest thing. We're in the kitchen, we meet all the wives and sisters and kids, and they're like, all right, it's time to pray. And so here we are, we're standing in the middle of fucking Big Chiz's kitchen, everybody's standing in a circle holding hands. Who gave the prayer? Do y'all remember?
Trying to think, was it Mudbone?
I thought it was Mud that did the prayer.
I think it was
Yep.
Mudbone.
Yeah,
It was.
and so I wish, like, it's cool that we didn't, because it was just for us. But like, man, I wish we would have had the fucking GoPro on for this, like on your chest, because standing in that circle with all them, right? There's only 4 white people. Like, I don't want to make this a color thing, but there's only 4 white people, and we're 3 of them, right? And the other one is I'm not gonna say who because I don't want to invade their life, but the other one is one of the guys, wives, and they've been together a long time. And so it's like we're just standing in the circle, everyone's holding hand, Mudbone's giving this fucking prayer, and I'm just like, this is so crazy, and they're just so like accepting of us. And so they're trying to be a lot of hospitality, and they're like, eat, like y'all eat first. And we're very like, again, the 3 of us are gentlemen, so it's like, we're like, we'll eat last. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is y'all shit. So there was that little moment and whatever, but yeah, we eat, and every time we ended up in a group of people, they made sure to talk to us and show us love and have a conversation. We ended up like, with every, the wives and girlfriends and everything, and the sisters, and like they have a whole nother story. And so we're hearing their stories and shit. And at some point, I think Matt, was it you? Someone was like about filming or whatever, because we weren't even gonna film.
Yeah.
We were like, we'll just be flies on the wall and take this all in.
No, they wanted us to. Like, it was their idea.
Now, mind you, I've now talked to Layzie, and Layzie's like, first of all, Layzie's at K Chill's. K Chill's at Layzie's house. And we got the option to go through there. He's like, yeah, we're playing cards and da-da-da-da, and, pull up. But we're already at this thing. So we pass right over that, which I know to a bunch of you is like, what the fuck? But yeah, so we pass over going to Layzie Bone's house. And then Layzie's like, yeah, I got you for the show tonight, this and that. And so the show, we're 2 hours from LAX. The show is on the way about an hour from where we are. So we make a plan like, hey, we're going to fucking stop at the show. Me and Matt are going to go in. RC is going to catch some sleep because he's got the big drive the next day. We got a whole plan. Nah, bro. We start interviewing. And we set up this cool fucking shot. We'd set up one-on-one shots and this cool big family shot. And the big family shot absorbs the day. And we're 10 minutes in. I got this big table of all the Bone7 family, friend. It's this big fucking table. I'm sitting at the end of it, and the camera's over my shoulder, and I'm leading this interview. No questions, right? This all happens on the fly. And I realized 10 minutes in, I'm like, yeah, we're not going to be able to do this regular. This is phenomenal. What we're hearing right now is because like you're getting to hear like Bone Thugs shit that's not really Bone Thugs, and it's like, like Inglewood, like, street gang shit, and it's like, all these guys that kind of like came up above the street gang shit, like they don't get absorbed into, they live in, I think they said a blood neighborhood and went to a Crip school, or maybe it was vice versa. And, they don't get absorbed up in that. And instead they have this fucking bone thing that they made that's kind of like bigger than that in their minds. And we're 10 minutes in, and I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work like this. So we just let it go. But I realized, I'm like, we're gonna have to do something bigger. This goes on for a few hours of them talking. Like, it got dark. Probably a bunch of the footage isn't usable. I bet a bunch of it isn't. The audio situation, we didn't know. We're just flying. But it doesn't matter, because after I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to do it this way. I'm gonna need everybody to like Zoom call me now and do interviews. I'm like, Matt and I might have to fly back out here. They wanted to bring us through Inglewood, like HD was going to bring us through Inglewood. And I think we're going to have to end up out there just to film more footage and more with them. But they're going to also do Zoom interviews, and we're going to make some sort of mini documentary thing that just kind of covers like their history. Which for a Bone Thugs fan,
scratch the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And we didn't scratch the surface in hours of being there, and I didn't even, and I just fucking glazed over for the sake of time, what it was for us. And for a Bone Thugs fan, like, I think it's going to be cool because there's a segment about Bone Thugs, and even after the Layzie Bone thing, because Bone ended up in LA, like, they have more Bone stories. So there's like this Bone Thugs section, but, it's so much more than that. And it's so interesting, and the levels that it goes through. And they're like, yeah, this is generational. Like, like it moved past us, and there's the Bone7, but then there's the Bone this and Bone that. So they got branches off of it. And so anyway, it goes on so long that we had to make the pimp decision. Not only did we skip Layzie's, but we skipped the show that night. Like, we stayed there long enough that it was like, all right, we got to get right to the fucking airport. And we make our exit, bro. The 7 shows us so much love. And I said to Chiz, I had said something about, hey, like, I need my Bone name or whatever. And he said, yeah, I'll talk to y'all. And I think I got to get RC and Matt in touch with him, because I think that's kind of how he wanted it done. But I talked to him, and I was like, after I said, yo, so, what up with my Bone name? And he said, yeah, champ, we didn't get into what all this means, but, he he calls us champ all the time. He's like, yeah, champ. He's like, you're family forever. He goes, that's it. You guys are part of this forever. He said, so, let me know. And if it's not somebody in the city with it, we got it. So I was like, I want to be Big West Bone. And he's like, yeah, nobody's in the city that's got that. He's like that, he was like, that's it. He's like, you're Big West Bone. So,
say no more.
So that's it. So
that's the crown.
I'm it. And I think like the way he talked, like, I think it's like a conversation. It was too late in the night and we were exiting for him to do it then. But I think I got to get RC and Matt, in touch with him as well. But yeah, so I was officially blessed up by, big Chiz from the Bone 7, and he made it official like a whistle, man. Big West Bone it is.
How's that feel, man? The full circle for you? Is that your crowning achievement at this point?
Yeah, well, RC had said something like, he made it real like spiritual, but it was like, but it was fitting, right? He was like, hey, this is like, going to like, I can't remember exactly what he called it, but it was like, it was like very like tribal almost, to get like the name like that. And, to be named by the crew that named Layzie, and all of this came from that. It was like, damn, dog, like
wouldn't have happened without him,
Yeah.
For sure. Again, for the millionth time, it was so good to have RC there. Cecil and I are kind of on a go wavelength, and RC has a very different energy that was such a nice counterbalance that it helped keep me grounded and present and aware, where I'm trying to think, what are we not doing that we need to do? And I look over and I see RC taking a picture with Wish's mom.
Yeah.
And at the show, at the Bone show.
You saw that?
Yeah, I was, man, this is where I'm supposed to be right now. So so again, just it was such a good counterbalance, because we match up so well, but we're so different.
I think too, what made the RC thing important was like Matt said, like, we have a very just like, yo, man, we're living in the motherfucking moment, Matt. Like, look at us, bro. Look at us at fucking, Kenny McCloud's house. Listen to that. Like, we're just soaking in, guys. And I was like, John was the one in Florida that was really like, keeping track and kind of keeping the notes and remembering the stuff. And it's like that's not Matt and I. Like, we're trying to remember to turn these cameras on, but we're just so like, bro, we're fucking living it, bro. Like, that's Matt. Like, it's so weird that Matt and I are like, we're very different, but like we're very, very similar in a lot of ways. And I was like, yeah, we don't have John to be that piece of like keeping track on this trip. And RC filled that perfectly. Like, RC remembers so much shit. Cause we just scratched the surface. We glazed over this story in 2.5 hours instead of an hour and a half. We glazed over the story, but like RC has a true blue, like really like good accounting of it, so it was cool, man. It was cool that, we didn't have John, and so we lost that piece, but then RC filled those shoes perfectly.
Yeah. And John inspired me while we were there. I would leave him monologues. And if it wasn't for my time alone with John, I think in Florida, not like that, the other kind, where we were able to be, he helped me be introspective during the trip in Florida. Because I was so far from home at that time. Where in the greater LA area, I'm there so often, I don't feel that out of place. But I was able to take time and reflect a little bit more. I think just a little bit of John rubbing off on me there. So I was also trying to make John laugh from afar, but I was trying to see things through the Lippy mindset a little bit about what was going on around us, or take it in a little differently than just living in the moment how I normally do.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, bro. No, those the big gaps where I'm like, man, are they still alive? Did they get kidnapped out there? I wanted to make sure you guys were good. So it was great getting those periodic updates.
And then, we left from there, 2-hour trip. We're all fucking smoked. We're all fucking tired, and we all have a big day of traveling ahead of us. And so, we tried our best to talk to RC into, hey, let's all just go in on a hotel. You get up in the morning. RC was like, nah, I'm thugging it home tonight. So
hardcore, man.
Yeah, he dropped us off at like 1 a.m. In LA at LAX. And then Matt and I are there. LAX, for everybody that doesn't know, only the lobby's open at 1 a.m. You can't get into the fucking airport until after 4. So there's no chairs. Everybody's there. And I'm just like, we go from the most plush, beautiful, I opened a fucking door in my bedroom to a pool and a hot tub to, yeah, Cecil, what we're going to do is, let's go up to this baggage claim. There won't be a lot of people there, and we'll find like a nice place that we can lay on the floor. And so it's me and Matt Weaver with all our bags, and we find this fucking plush little corner, and we just set up shop, and we just try our best to take a nap on the floor for the next couple hours.
Oh, dude.
And then, they open it up, and me and Matt's flights took off at the same time. So he came and hung out at my gate, and, we just kind of kicked it once we could and set up our laptops and got ready for our flights. And then it was time, and boom. How long was your flight, Matt?
Oh, it's nothing. Like I mean, I was the flight is like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was home by 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's my time zone. So I just did what I had to do and took a nap before I took the day on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I had almost a 6-hour flight and then a 3-hour drive home from there, because I drove 3 hours so that I didn't have a connecting flight. I would rather drive 3 hours to the airport than be stuck at some fucking Detroit or Philadelphia fucking airport or some shit for 8 hours.
No, going corner to corner is a completely different, plus a commute.
Yeah.
It's not apples to apples. Like me going to Orlando with you guys was an ordeal the day of, and the coming home day,
Yeah. I got to do, it's funny, like I got to do on the Orlando trip what you got to do on this trip as far as travel and vice versa.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've both paid the fucking dues, but RC thugged it, drove it all the way home. We got home and I slept like a motherfucker. And while we were on the trip, Layzie and I got a picture. I knew by then I'd got so many pictures with so many people, and I was on so much video, and I didn't wear a mask at all with Bone7. I didn't wear a mask at all with K-Chill. Like, I was like, these are my people. So I didn't wear one. I'm like, these are bound to come out. And, there was part of me that was just like, over the 8 years of like people trying to know what I look like and people putting fucking bounties on me for fucking my pictures. And, I got the picture with Layzie Bone, and I'm just like, yeah, man, if there's ever a fucking time, it's on this LA trip after we just, we were literally Harmony House motherfucking employees that night. Better believe it.
Whether we wanted to or not. We were
Yeah.
in it to win it. Yeah. All day.
So I was like, man, if there's ever a time to reveal before somebody else reveals, because like I said, so many people got pictures, and I'm sure somebody met me and then took a fucking picture at the thing, and so I was like, fuck it. And I just posted.
All about perfect timing.
Yeah, exactly. And I just posted me and the picture of the boss, me and Alberna, and it kind of set the Beyond the Harmony internet off. And some people were really like pumped to put a face, and other people were like, man, I really enjoyed the mystery and this and that. But the good news is y'all still got all the RC Thugs to mystery. So, just because this chapter on knowing, what Cecil West looks like ended, and now you kind of know, who I am. The RC Thugsta continues the legacy.
Yep. The saga continues.
You guys got any closing thoughts on this magic? I mean, do you believe in magic yet, man? I mean, is Heaven's Movie God's plan just basic reality now? There's no, I don't think we need to convince anybody at this point. It's obvious, but maybe it's just that so many amazing people all came to us the same place at the same time. The rise of K Chill, the rise of Beyond the Harmony, even the rise of the new Layzie Empire, and the Bone7 spirit, and Kenny McCloud spirit,
Yeah.
the Giulio Costanzo spirit, the Donald Cunningham spirit.
You could sure, somebody could just say, hey, this is all just good timing, but like too many things happened that it was like, nah, this is meant to be. The Bone7 thing being the same weekend, the fucking, getting off the fucking exit, right, right at Giulio's spot, Kenny McCloud like being available and RC running into him and him saying yes, and the church being closed, because if the church wasn't closed, we would have got in, we would have been taking pictures, there's a chance we would have met somebody from the church, so we might not have ever messaged him. So the Crossroads Church, even though we didn't get the beautiful inside pictures we wanted, that being closed, there were too many things that were like in sync, and like the stars, Esperez just said the stars align every now and again. Absolutely, this was like star alignment, and there's just no way it wasn't. And I absolutely like practiced it in my mind, because like I said, I sat there when we were going to these record stores and just hyper focused in my mind the fucking clean cover. But like I said, I literally know in my mind I wasn't envisioning like the text and shit. I just like had the skull, and I'm picturing it so heavily that the fact that we found a copy of the skull and I gave it to RC, like, it just told me, hey, motherfucker, you should have been thinking of the text too, and you might have got the CD, dummy. But all you thought about was the skull, and so we got it. So I watched that shit happen multiple times, but like that's the best like tangible walk away thing, was that fucking skull. I was like, dude, I literally manifested this fucking skull being in this place. And yeah, JoCal, you found me walking down the street. Yeah, exactly. Too many things were, if JoCal would have got there 20 minutes after, five fucking minutes later, and we wouldn't have run into JoCal at the Anaheim show. So
the first picture that you guys took, man, JoCal looking like Be Real on it. That, like, I've been looking at that picture every day. I'm just like, man, JoCal, man, he's Be Real. Be real in the flesh, but it's JoCal. I love that pic. And I mean, dude, the whole thing played out like a movie. And I think like the climax, I mean, there's the Bone7 moment, but that Kenny McCloud moment, it
shout out
feels like
to
it's
Turok,
it's
man. Been a long
other
time.
dimension.
Turok with a $10 super chat. Go ahead, man. I just want to shout out Turok. Haven't seen him in a while. Thank you, bro.
Was Turok at the thing? Was he?
Not
did you run
that I
into
know of. He just said, "What a time to be alive as Bone fans. Thank you guys for everything." So
I was just saying this whole thing played out like a really cool movie. Like you ever see the movie Fanboys or Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back? It's like one of those kind of movies.
It was like, it really was like being in a movie, because it was just go, go, go. And it was like everything was a scene. Even the car rides were like a scene in a fucking movie, bro. It literally was a movie. When people say it was a movie, it's a movie. This was a fucking movie, bro. Like
Crossroads Church.
Yeah.
I mean, the Crossroads Church is in it.
And we didn't get to, dude, RC's tour had us at the Crossroads Church. It had us at the place where they filmed First of the Month. Would have had us at the place where they filmed
Look Into My Eyes.
Yep, Look Into My Eyes. We were going to go to where they recorded Notorious Thugs, the old Ruthless Records, where they recorded Creeping on a Come Up, Eazy-E's Grave, all these fucking places. And then it would have, boom, ended at the show that night. But, it was meant to be that we didn't do that.
Oh, we learned BNK was filmed at
oh yeah,
Union
what's
Station.
the train station? Union Station. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there, by the way, but there was no, like, the last thing we had was a lack of things to do.
Right. We could have been there another 5 days and not done everything. And that brings me into, we're doing Beyond the Harmony weekend in 2027. There's only a couple slots left. We really want to see people there. I really want to see Clever and Cold Blooded come back. But there's only a few slots left as is. And we're trying to make this a fucking thing. It's in Orlando next year in 2027. But we were gonna move it to LA this year. If last year was a bigger deal, we would have moved it to LA this year. But last year was kind of letting y'all know that it was real. This year, I think we'll set the foundation. We want 2028 to be in LA, because if it happens, boy, the amount of shit that we can make happen at Beyond the Harmony weekend will blow some of y'all's minds. But for us to get there, we need people to believe in it. We need people to get behind it. So if you're interested in Beyond the Harmony weekend, come to the fucking Discord, send us an email, beyondtheharmony99@gmail.com, and get information. Come help us build this Beyond the Harmony weekend thing up. Help us build this Skull and Crossroads Society up. Like, the Skull and Crossroads Society is becoming a very real thing. Like, the JoCal moment is the first real, tangible Skull and Crossroads Society moment where it's like, hey, you could run into one of your S&C brothers across the country, and this is a fraternity that we're forever part of. And it was a blessing to be able to bless him with that. And that happened directly because he's S&C. And you become official, shout out to all our people that pay for Skull and Crossroads Society memberships on YouTube. We love y'all, but like the true blue real S&C are the motherfuckers going to be on the Harmony weekend. And so we're looking forward to continuing to build that fraternity. And we really hope to have a good turnout in 2027. And if we do, boy, we're going to LA in 2028, and we're going to do something incredible.
That would turn the dial up beyond 11 at that point. And if you're curious, if you're on the fence at all, join the Discord. We have a section in there about it. People that were there last year, they'll answer your question. So you hear it from other people, not from, you hear us talk all the time, but jump in there and ask. Or we've got pictures in there from last year too.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's it in a nutshell. It's the second Beyond the Harmony trip of 2026. It's crazy to think that Beyond the Harmony weekend happened earlier this year, but we've done both of these things. We've done in season 6, we've done 2 episodes live in the flesh. We tackled Orlando. We tackled Los Angeles. We tackled Hollywood. We tackled Anaheim. I don't know why I said Anaheim like that. And here we are. That's your recap. RC, I know that you, first of all, shout out to RC. This is his first episode as a voice. So shout out to fucking RC. But you got anything you want to throw in there, RC, about the trip before we wrap it up?
Man, it just happened so organically, right? Like, so many things didn't happen and we just kind of rolled with it, So I mean, sharing chips and guacamole with Don Cunningham in that little market was an all-timer. And of course the Kenny McCloud, just everything, man. Just everybody. You had St. Clair there, you had Inglewood, you had the Bone7, like everything kind of just worlds kind of converged. And like on that July 9th, time didn't exist that day. It wasn't real, it was surreal, so just much love to you guys, the Bone7, K Chill and his family who were out there, just everybody for helping to make that trip magical. Giulio, Don, just everybody, man.
Matt?
I can't say it any more than what I said in my voice note in the Discord. My life was measured up until that point, and something that I've carried with me since I was 13. And at 45, we're still talking about it. Still, it's made this big of an impact on us, and it took so many people to do it. And we got to meet so many of those people on this trip that, it took all those people for this thing to become so magical. And I feel like we've just begun in many ways too. So I'm here for it.
John, you got anything you want to say?
I want to say, make sure you guys seize the moments, not you guys, not the staff here, but just the people in the audience. Make sure you seize the moments when they are offered. Sometimes things only happen once. You can't reproduce things the second time. Sometimes I got to grow a lot through these guys, even though I wasn't there. I felt like I was there the whole time. They kept me posted with all the pertinent information. And while I was here, just, seeing the opportunity that I passed on, just being like, damn, man, this was everything. And but at the same time, when I was at the house, I got to learn about myself, and I got things done that I couldn't. I had to get done on those specific days. So even though I wasn't there, I wish I was there, but also it's the right thing that I wasn't there. So we'll understand it all in the end. But man, what I believe in magic now, bro. That's all I gotta say is, man, the Heaven's movie, God's plan, K Chill, all that. We create the reality. It's official. It's not even a mystery. It's not even a what if. We manifest this whole thing. That's it. We control reality. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say like RC said, there's so many little things that we didn't even touch on that really were the backbones too of the fucking the trip. You know, when I was on my flight home, I get a message from Layzie that's like, "Yo, bro, what time did you leave?" And I told him, and I apologized that we couldn't make it through, and just told him we got hung up at the Sevens thing, and he thought that was really cool. And he was like, "Hey man, let me know when you get home good, and we'll circle back and get a recap. I think we're gonna do a thing like this on his channel, but from Layzie's perspective of the week, which is fire." And but it was cool to get like a message from him, like, let me know when you make it home and this and that. I was like, damn, bro, like Beyond the Harmony weekend, like K Chill had just hooked me up with it. We were hoping we could lock down an interview with him at Beyond the Harmony weekend. And now here we are. Me and him have done like 3 lives together. Out there watching him film a video. He's letting us on stage to do shit, checking in to make sure that, we good. It's a very full circle moment for Beyond the Harmony. And for me, 16-year-old Layzie 1999 thug from the UBB, from BTNH board, from hellsent.com is just like, bro, you're living a crazy life, and you got to be a Bone Thugs fan the way we are to like, the trip just sounds cool to an outsider, but like to people in the circle, y'all really understand what this was. July 9th is forever Beyond the Harmony Day. It's an incredible trip. I'm so glad that we got to do it, and we live those moments. And I guess all that's left is my name is Cecil West, rocking with the one and only
Jonathan. Seize the moment, Lippy.
And he is the co-host and coast to coast and come up creeper, never sour, always sweeter, ladies and gentlemen.
I am Matthew Weaver.
And for the first time ever, he's the mystic spirit checking in from the overnight shift from the graveyard.
RC Thugsta.
And you know what it is. It's that time of the night. Phoenix Rising. Take us on home.
Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. Uploading new videos every Thursday, so join us.